All right, 1-2, 1-2.
So I was wrong about my St. Paul Cathedral comment. I think I jinxed it.
No, it's a good thing you jinxed him. Nobody likes St. Paul Cathedral. I think there are people at St. Paul Cathedral that don't like St. Paul Cathedral. That sounded like it was angry. albums that we've had, it will really be match play.
Hall of Fame type stuff?
Pretty much. No, you were going to have to open that up before you got here. Okay. All right, Dean, the JV game is getting over, and we will get started here. I'll give you a countdown. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll give you a 1-minute countdown as to when I'm going to start. Now, you're going to have to take that countdown from the video feed. You can't take that countdown from me directly, so the video feed will account for the delay and how to get the audio back to the radio station today, okay? So I will give you a countdown, and then you'll start, and you'll be behind me, but that's okay. And I'll send you the lengths of the breaks via text message, and we're just going to do the very best we can today due to the internet issues here at the arena, okay? All right, stand by. Okay, 1 2 1 2, okay? Okay, Dean, we're going to start. I'm going to give you a 1-minute countdown. That countdown is going to begin after I give you 5 seconds. So I'm going to give you a 5-second count off till 1 minute. And then at 5-second count off, when you get to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you'll start your 1-minute countdown. And after the 1-minute countdown, that's where you'll fire your macro, and that's where you will fire your game start, okay? So I'm going to give you the countdown here to get to the 1-minute count off, if you will. So we will go 1 minute from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1 minute. All right, Dean. Okay, Dean, scratch that. Abort the countdown, Dean. Abort it. Abort the countdown. I've got to get another piece of equipment that we didn't have time to get. Stand by. I've got to go get Okay, Dean, apologies. We're going to get that countdown started again here. We had to get one more piece of equipment ready to go. So, Dean, going to give you another 5-second countdown to a 1 minute go. And we're going to go 1 minute from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 minute. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. It's served me well in the past, Ryan. Okay, it has. The Hail Mary does good work. Not everybody needs to believe in it. I don't care. Okay? 30 seconds. 3,
at this point, we'll
2,
take anything.
1. 30 seconds to start. At this point, we'll take a miracle. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you.
Now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head all day.
Sorry. 15 seconds in 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds.
This is like launching a rocket ship here, right?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Purpur Arena today here on KNOX Live Sports and the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Joey Springer will have our video coverage today from Purpur Arena as the Grand Forks Central Knights and East Grand Forks Green Wave renew their rivalry to get ready for what should be a fun matchup that will go on with obviously the Guchi Cup. And no other points, but the Guchi Cup sort of laying in wait on this one. And we're looking forward to seeing something really positive between these two teams today. Yesterday, we had a matchup between Grand Forks Red River and East Grand Forks. And the Green Wave, who had been starved for offense in their previous matchup, erupted with a 4-goal second period. Ended up winning the matchup yesterday by a final score of 7-2. And that gave East Grand Forks their first win of the year and gave Red River their first loss and their only game of record so far this season. That was their season opener. Today it's a little different story. Grand Forks Central won their opener on Tuesday night against Grafton Park River by a final score of 11-2. But beyond that, when we took a look at their line sheet that they had for us today, that line sheet was impressive because we've seen just about every single player in some place in the lineup a year ago when this team was on their way to a state championship matchup. Ryan, this is a team that's expected to be very good. They're picked number 1 in the Eastern Dakota Conference. There's a reason. A lot of front-end talent on this hockey team for Central today.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for this one for a while. I'm excited to see Central's lineup like you talked about. Everyone's back, so they lose they lose Evan Panzer, they lose Marcus Lunsky, two guys who played big factors last year, but everyone else is back, and they're adding in some young talent. We'll see those names. Ryder Rivard is a name. I coached the kid in the fall. That kid can score from anywhere. But you look at these lines, Ryan, it's 3 lines deep. There's threats on all 3 of those lines, even on the 4th line. I mean, this is a 4th line that's playing varsity on other teams in the state.
And you've got some defenders that are also top-name type of guys that were a big part of Central's team a year ago. But what we saw from East Grand Forks yesterday was a bust-out type of situation where the Green Wave finally found the offense they were looking for. Tucker Lovejoy, a 4-point game with a hattie. Jace Panzer had 4 assists yesterday. They began to, I guess, establish a little identity for this Green Wave team a day ago.
Yeah, you'd have to think that they're coming into this game feeling a little bit more confident than they had been maybe going into Red River, although the Red River game yesterday, they seemed pretty confident once that second period kicked in. But here's my fear for East Grand Forks. Big win yesterday. They probably left that rink feeling pretty good. You kind of got to get off that high, kind of get yourself reset, and now come back and play another really good hockey team. So hopefully they got over that one quick because now it's business as usual again today.
One of the things for those of you that were monitoring our pre-launch to the game, I know a few of you were with us on KNOX Live Sports, which, by the way, we do have video coverage of this matchup today on KNOX Live Sports on our YouTube channel only. We do not have the link up on KNOXradio.com. The reason for that was until just a few moments before start time, there was no internet capacity in the building for anyone at all. There were several problems that Purpur Arena's been trying to correct for probably 5 weeks or so, and they haven't been able to quite pull that together as of yet. In fact, we don't really know how this came together. There was a quick late change that happened literally minutes before we launched, where we saw that we have the opportunity to access the internet and get out to the World Wide Web. So we will get this one up on KNOXradio.com during a break here, but we don't know how long it's going to last. And everything, including the audio today on KNOX Radio, is dependent on the video stream. If it goes down, everything goes down. And so when we get to that point, hopefully it's an if, but if it's a win, Ryan, we did our best. We were here, we did the thing, we got ready, we're sorry. Obviously, they've got some issues they've got to clean up. And, playing a couple of days after Thanksgiving, you might want to wait and not try that again in the future. But nonetheless, we're going to see how long we can stay on today, Ryan.
This will be a Hall of Fame performance by Ryan Cunningham, explaining to me how you got this to work. You lost me about halfway through the 30-second explanation, so I'm just going to trust that you know what you're doing. You clearly do. Let's see if you can pull this one off.
We'll see. Our countdown to face-off today is at 7 minutes, 15 seconds left on the board here before we come out and zam this thing up. And our countdown to face-off today brought to you by Mike's Custom Truck of Northwood and Nelson Auto in Grand Forks. And we bring it to you courtesy of our premier sports partners today. They do a great job with us. Rivard's Turf and Forage. They are a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. Right now, we're talking about premium ice melter products that they have at Rivard's Turf and Forage. So stop in and see what they have for you to make sure that your walks and your steps stay safe. And when it's time to plan out that next Turf and Forage project, remember, it's not like buying from the big box stores where it's one and done. They change up their varieties throughout the course of the year to match the growing seasons that we have. Science is what they work with at their mixing plant right here in Grand Forks at Rivard's Turf and Forage. You're buying local with Rivard's. And Grand Trailer Sales, your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. Grand Trailer Sales is the place to go when it's time to upgrade your trailer to the next level. If you have a need for your business or just something that you're hauling for recreation, they can get that trailer working properly again if it has a breakdown. Grand Trailer Sales has the parts department and the expertise to make sure that it goes running smoothly like these teams are hoping to run smoothly today. Grand Trailer Sales, another of our premier sports partners. A break in the action in our pregame report. We'll come back, take a look at Drive for the Title. Again, quickly, we mentioned some of this yesterday, but we'll go briefly through Drive for the Title. What's on the line today is Gambucci Cup points, so we'll give you the explanation on that coming up as well. And right now we're looking at a face-off that will happen somewhere around maybe 2:10, 2:15 this afternoon here at Purple Arena. Let's hope we can get there. It's the Knights and the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Our coverage of high school hockey. It continues next on the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham with you here today along with Ryan Kuntz. We are at Purpur Arena where we get set for East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central in the Gambucci Cup Series. Our pregame report is brought to you today by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And it's brought to you today by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you in the upper Red River Valley. And it's been, an adventure to say the least here to get started today. But we're hopeful that we're going to be able to stay with you through the entire broadcast. Again, for those of you that are joining us today for our coverage, just worth mentioning that we could have some technical issues along the way. There were a number of internet breakdowns that took place here at the arena. We don't like to take you behind the the curtain too often, but one of the things that we're just trying to, make sure that you're aware of at this point is that if you do lose our broadcast today, no fault of ours. We're here. We're still trying to make sure it works. It's just one of those things where some things went sideways as far as internet was concerned starting today, and that's how we get out of our broadcasts, obviously. But our pregame report brought to you today by Signature Graphics and Apparel and by True North Equipment. Let's take a look at Drive for the Title. And Drive for the Title is brought to you today here on KNOX by our friends at Toys for Trucks, your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. One of the big things we mentioned yesterday was when the new poll for MN Hockey Hub came out. East Grand Forks started the year ranked 2nd. They ended up being ranked 9th. But then we found out that maybe the poll has some miscues yesterday because that unbeatable hockey team from St. Cloud Cathedral, who took a draw in the early going against Warroad, is now 0-1-1 in their first 2 games as they were beaten yesterday 5-3 by Hibbing, who was ranked 4th in that poll. There may be a lot of parity in that top 10. Really, in all reality, there may not be standouts in that poll. Being 9th might be okay at this point, Reno.
I know, and I called it out yesterday. That's my fault. I said St. Cloud Cathedral was a wagon. No one's beating them, and then they lose. So, sorry up in St. Cloud. That's my bad. I'll stop talking you up.
Well, you know what? I don't think it'll matter. It'll be fine. Right?
But you're right. It's going to come down to it like it always does, right? There's going to be so much moving. We got 3 months of this stuff, and that thing's just going to move like crazy. And in the end, you know who's going to be there, right? All the big guys are going to be right there in the end anyway.
Well, if the poll tells us anything, the poll tells us in Minnesota that what it is that you're up against at this point, in all reality, if you're East Grand Forks, is you have to beat Warroad. That's really what it's about. And then once you get to the state tournament, a lot of different things could happen, but it's all about getting there right now.
Yeah, and that's the challenge, right, of Minnesota hockey is sometimes getting to the state tournament. I mean, that's the battle.
It is. Yeah.
Once you're there,
in a handful of sections, anyway.
Yeah, it goes.
And then
all over
there's some sections where they don't even have home ice, right? And then there's that, and that's been talked about before, and we'll kind of set that over here. But nonetheless, what we found out is that St. Cloud Cathedral team could be touchable after all. Now, as far as the Eastern Dakota Conference and the western part, I guess West River, if you will, we talked about the polls yesterday. 7 of 10 first-place votes for Grand Forks Central in the preseason Eastern Dakota Conference poll, so they're ranked number 1 right now. Grand Forks Red River ranked number 2. From there, we saw things break down to West Fargo and West Fargo Cheyenne in the number 3 and number 4 positions, and we neglected to mention that on Tuesday night, right back over here at Purpur Arena, it's Central and West Fargo, so we get a nice little test right away in the Eastern Dakota Conference to get started in Game 3 for the Knights coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think Red River's got North, which is always that game's always something
It's
else
always
too. So,
intense.
yeah, we're jumping right into EDC hockey here, right in the first couple weeks of the season.
Absolutely. Now, as far as drive for the title in the Gambucci Cup Series is concerned, yesterday it was a win in regulation for East Grand Forks. They get 3 points for that. As far as the standings go in Gambucci Cup hockey, you get 3 if you win 5-on-5. Doesn't matter if it's regulation or overtime, you get 3 if you win 5-on-5. Now, that's different from the rules that are on the scoring in the EDC. In the EDC, if you win in overtime, you get 2 points. That includes the shootout or 5-on-5. And talking with Tim Scarperud, the head coach of Red River, before we got going with the Gambucci Cup Series, what Tim said is, the reason why they do it this way is they feel like a win 5-on-5 is a win. It doesn't matter if it happens in overtime or it happens in regulation. I can respect that argument. One of the reasons why I kind of like 2 in overtime, even 5-on-5, is that it's sudden death. There's no 3 minutes left for you to pull your goalie, go 6-on-5, anything like that. But I can understand the logic of, hey, 5-on-5 is 5-on-5. Why knock it down a point? So I get it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's, with all these new scoring systems and points here, points for this, 1 for this, 2 for this, you probably find a handful of people on every side of the argument, like, I don't like this is better. So they got to do it how they wanted to do it, and that's how they wanted to do it.
Absolutely. Those of you that are taking this in on KNOX Radio, we believe we have the link up for you now at knoxradio.com so you can enjoy our video coverage of this today. If you want to take this in at home on your smart device like your smart TV, you can go to YouTube and do a search for KNOX TV, and you'll find the game broadcast there. Drive for the Title has been brought to you by Toys for Trucks. They are your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. It was 5 below zero when I took my son to hockey practice this morning. You need an automatic start. Make that car warm again. Hey, we'll borrow that one from the campaign season, huh? Hit that auto start and make sure you've got one that works. And Toys for Trucks will make sure they put in the premium product that will work for you each and every time you need that vehicle to start. And remember, performance tires to make sure you get around in these snowy, icy streets that we have. And they've always got a full showroom of custom wheels and rims, along with the other types of accents that you're looking for to take that ride to the next level. At Toys for Trucks, they bring you Drive for the Title today. A break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the players to watch in this matchup today. It's going to be an interesting battle between East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central. We'll take a look at the game fuel presented by Circle K. It's the Green Wave of the Knights in Gambucci Cup Hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports today from Purpur Arena, where it's Game 2 of the Guchi Cup Series. Yesterday, East Grand Forks with a 7-2 win over Grand Forks Red River, and today we'll see Central and East Grand Forks in battle to continue the Guchi Cup Series. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Joey Springer with you here today for our coverage of the Knights versus the Green Wave. Pre-game report brought to you by True North Equipment. True to your values, ready to serve you in the upper Red River Valley. And Signature Graphics and Apparel, it's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. See what they can do with that custom etching, the patchwork that they do along with the custom embroidery and vinyl signage at Signature Graphics and Apparel. True North Equipment, your headquarters for those John Deere products that you come to know and respect with our agricultural community all throughout the northern Red River Valley. It's time for a look at our Game Fuel today. Game Fuel is presented by Circle K in Grand Forks. Circle K, where they've got a car wash available for you, and they are available for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Great beverage bar and impressive frozen food section. Circle K gets it done for you with their new location on South Washington in Grand Forks. Beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside. Go in and take a look at what they have available for you at Circle K. When we start talking about our Game Fuel that we have coming into the day, obviously it lands with, for East Grand Forks, Tucker Lovejoy and Jace Panzer. They had terrific days yesterday for East Grand Forks. We mentioned Tucker Lovejoy with a hat trick yesterday to go along with an assist. And then to top it off, you saw 4 assists from Jace Panzer on the day as well. So Panzer running his scoring total up to 5. Tucker Lovejoy with 7 points on 5 goals and 2 assists so far this season. Those two seem to have a bit of a connection as well. Even on that line, Nolan Mellebrook finished a 2-on-1 odd man that was fed by Jace Panzer. Panzer seems to be really setting up his teammates on that second line, and East Grand Forks making hay out of it at this point.
Yeah, we watched that. We obviously watched that whole game, and we knew Panzer was playing well. I think we were both kind of quietly surprised that he had 4 assists. I don't think we realized that as the game was going on. When you look back, you're like, well, that makes sense because Lovejoy kept scoring goals, and Panzer was just making plays all game. So
he was.
It lines up, so that line was great yesterday.
Really
good.
Very, very aggressive in that one yesterday. Now, we have only one game of sample size for Grand Forks Central coming into this one, but the names that we have to talk about are going to tell it all. Ryder Burris, who's frustrated after not being able to play a whole lot last year. We enjoyed the revenge game between Central and Red River over at Eagles Arena last season after Ryder Burris was lost in a game here at Purpur Arena. And, you know, Ryder went out and skated warm-ups with his team in the state championship game, didn't get to play, but we knew that he was kind of a missing element there. A goal and an assist against Wahpeton. Gavin Walkenfuss had a goal and a pair of assists. But when you start talking about these names, those of you that are Central hockey fans, when it comes down to Game Fuel, Ryder Burris, Cooper DeZiel, Mac Blue, Gavin Walkenfuss, Shea Kwame, Trey Clausen, Donovan Bollock, Brady Kirkaby, Jake Spicer, Finn Lockwood, Boone Canta, Wyatt Blake. There's some dudes that have played a little bit of hockey here on this Grand Forks Central team, augmented by some new guys that you know about that have a lot of talent.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I mean, this is the same lineup, right? I mean, you're adding Rylan Spicer on that second line. You're adding Ryder Rivard, who I coached this fall, and that kid's lethal, Ryan. Inside 20 feet, Ryder Rivard is automatic. So, I mean, that kid can score. So you're just adding. I mean, you lose some guys from Central, but you're adding in some talent. Like, you don't often see a team bring back an entire lineup like this and then add like they're doing. So this is a really, really dangerous Central lineup. Again, all 3 lines could score. I think throughout the season, we're going to see on any given night, one of these lines could go off and be their top line.
Really what it will come down to today the battle of the goalies, and there will be a change by East Grand Forks in goal today. Noah Schindele is going to get the start for East Grand Forks. He faced 46 shots in the game earlier this year, gave up 8 goals in that matchup. I believe that's probably a combination of the first 2 because we didn't see him yesterday at all, but might have been a little bit of Detroit Lakes in there. We're not sure which games he's played, but obviously their first line of games this year for East Grand Forks had to do with it was Gentry Academy, and it was Delano, a couple of really good teams. And Weston Nielsen will go between the pipes today for Grand Forks Central. That was the one place that Central seemed a little unsettled coming into the year, was who would take over in that goalie position. What do you know about Weston Nielsen, Ryan?
I had him this fall, and he's a guy who, and it's the same thing. So Ryland Burke got the start against Grafton. Now we go Weston Nielsen here. So I think Central's doing the same thing. They're going to try these guys out, see who takes over that net. Weston's a solid goalie. He's a guy on any given night who can steal a game. Had him this fall, had several games where he put up some huge numbers, big saves, and kind of helped us out. So I think no matter what direction Central goes in net, like I said, they have 2 options. One of them's going to take this thing over and be their guy.
And that's what we have for you with our Game Fuel, brought to you by Circle K in Grand Forks. A break. We'll come back, get ready for the announcement of our starting lineups and our keys to the game coming up as well. And the face-off just minutes away. Drive time to face-off. You can see it. Down to 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Brought to you by Mike's Custom Truck of Northwood and Nelson Auto in Grand Forks. And we've got more in just a couple of moments, so stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big, without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We're here at Purpur Arena today where they're making the announcement of our starting lineups for today's matchup between the East Grand Forks Green Wave and the Grand Forks Central Knights in the Guchi Cup Series matchup. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for today's matchup, and they're brought to you today by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. FransonBank.com. For East Grand Forks, the goalie is Noah Schindele. The defenders on the left point will be Cole Beese, a senior, and on the right point will be Nick Corbett, a senior. Corbett had a nice day yesterday as well. Schindele, the goaltender, is a sophomore. First line goes out today. They'll be centered by Hunter Varnson, a senior. On his left, Jace Van Epps, a senior, and on his right wing, Cooper Hills, a senior. Starting lineup today for Tyler Palmasino and the East Grand Forks Green Wave. He's assisted by Colton Sanderson. For Grand Forks Central and the Knights, the goalie is Weston Nielsen, a junior. The defenders will be Finn Lockwood on his right point, Wyatt Blake on his left point. Lockwood's a senior, Blake is a junior. First line goes out today, and it will be centered by Cooper DeZiel. He's a junior with Ryder Burris on his left wing and Mac Blue on his right wing. The starting lineup for Grant Paranica, the head coach of the Knights. He's assisted by Matt Moreland and Tim Gregoire. Those are our starting lineups that we have for you today. Stay with us for more. We're coming back with the look at the face-off that we'll have for today right after we have our national anthem. We'll break for our national anthem as they finish up the starting lineups for today, and we'll come back with the face-off of today's matchup here on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
All right, national anthem taken care of today. We welcome you back to Purpur Arena, our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. We get ready for another Guchi Cup Series matchup today, featuring the East Grand Forks Green Wave, who are 1-3, and the Grand Forks Central Knights, who are 1-0. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, and Joey Springer on our camera work here as we get ready this afternoon for what should be a spirited matchup inside the Guchi Cup Series. And Ryan, you mentioned this yesterday after East Grand Forks finished off the game in their win over Red River. Yeah, 0-3 start, tough loss against Detroit Lakes, but you have a chance to cure a lot of what ails you with the win today over Grand Forks Central, a team that a lot of people think is going to be a very legit hockey team this year.
Yeah, I think if East Grand Forks comes out of this weekend with 2 wins against Red River and Central, I think, yeah, the Detroit Lakes one's going to sting a little bit, and it will for the whole year. But you feel a lot better about where you're at than you did coming into this weekend.
Absolutely,
sure.
Yeah. When you came up with a situation where you were beaten by Detroit Lakes and outshot them 30-6 at one point, you were down 1-0 and end up losing the game 4-0, and that's just not one that by East Grand Forks standards they're used to losing.
Right.
Good team in Detroit Lakes this year, don't get us wrong, but at the same time you expect to win that one, especially at home. You go on the road and you sweep the Grand Forks schools it's a heck of a way to bounce back, and we'll see if that gets them any respect or that type of thing as far as the poll is concerned. But as far as Central is concerned, this is a different test than what they had on Tuesday when they took on Grafton Park River. Obviously, this can be a little step up as far as the competition is concerned. We'll see how they adjust to it early.
Yeah, they'll need to get in this one right away.
Hunter Varnson will take the draw for East Grand Forks, and Cooper DeZiel will take the draw for Grand Forks Central. We're underway with high school hockey in the Gambucci Cup Series as the draw is won by DeZiel and Central back in their own end. In their maroon uniforms with, or I should say rather gray uniforms with a maroon stripe across the shoulders and also across the chest, that Grand Forks Central shield on the chest as well. And East Grand Forks looking to take control in the offensive end. Cooper Hill sending it off towards the left wing, looking for Jace Van Epps to make a play towards the net. He did. The Central Knights fought it off, but Hills comes back with it. High slot comes back towards the right side, looking for some support. Was able to find Cole Beast momentarily, then Corbett with a touch. And now the puck will go loose to the wall where Ryder Burris swoops in to take over, and Central send it up the ice for an icing call. And we'll make our way back into the Central zone for a draw, 40 seconds in. Some energy from East Grand Forks early.
Good start, and Ryan, they're picking up right where they left off yesterday. They're rolling those defensemen down. They're getting a third forward high, so they're outnumbering Central up high, and it opens up space. They got another good look on that weak side high slot area. Shot was blocked, but the play was there.
They've had that play open, it seems like, all weekend. Puck is won by the Green Wave. Judd Pesch looking to send one into traffic. It's deflected back out. Gavin Walkenfuss driving for it, and here comes Central 3-on-1 to the offensive zone. Walkenfuss trying to get away and trailing the play with Shea Kwame. He put a shot in that went just wide of the net, ends up drifting back into the corner. Central will get back to it. Ryland Spicer trails the puck back down the neutral zone. It works back to the right side for Walkenfuss. Pesch looking to get a touch, and then Tucker Lovejoy comes up with possession for East Grand Forks in his own zone on the far half wall. It's be bladed back in from the right point by Logan Nielsen for Grand Forks Central. And the Knights are trying to change up with the puck up in the East Grand Forks zone. Here comes Trey Clausen and the third line for the Green Wave. Loose back behind the line, Max Beese for East Grand Forks looking to take control. Back to Clausen, a turn and fire. That was wide of the net. Judd Pesch will pick it up and ring it back up the far side wall. Loose into the neutral zone, quick turn. Wyatt Blake came away with it for Central. And after East Grand Forks had some success in the early shift, right now Grand Forks Central finding their way to a lot of offensive zone time on this second and third shift of the game. Puck trapped down in the corner, and still a battle for control between two men in that corner. It'll come loose back down towards the wall. A step in by Jordan Nowaki looking for a touch for East Grand Forks. Donovan Bollock is the man there battling for Grand Forks Central. To the point, one-timer score off the right side. It's Ryder Rivard, the man we were looking forward to seeing at the beginning of the game. You heard the accolades coming from our broadcast partner Ryan Kuntz, and Ryder Rivard makes it 1-0 Central.
That's a great play. It starts with Trey Clausen, wins the battle on the wall. He comes out to the point, does a little interchange with Boone Canta, finds Ryder Rivard, camp backdoor, nice tip in. Great start for Central.
Let's take a look at it again in our American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you'll see the puck come to the point, and Rivard goes slashing down to the doorstep. Just a great little jab at a one-timer. Can't do it a whole lot better than Ryder Rivard just finished that play, and they set it up for him. They knew he would be there, and it's 1-0 in favor of Central early in the opening period. We'll get the official scoring on the goal. Oh, they're going to actually give the goal to Jordan Nielsen.
I think that's
wrong.
They're off.
Yeah, that's Rivard
numbers
that scored that goal. Boone Canta getting an assist. I think we agree with that.
Yeah, it should be
but that should be Ryder
Clausen
Rivard that scores it.
And Canta.
They're going to call that a 2:03 of the opening period, but again, we believe the goal is going to go to Rivard at the end of the, review of it. I had Ryder Rivard scoring that goal. I think you did as well. Yep. And so 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central. So we'll see how East Grand Forks responds. They gave up the opening goal yesterday as well, and then came back to score 6 in a row at one point. And we'll see if they can do some of the same thing here. Tucker Lovejoy taking control for East Grand Forks. He'll put it out to Corbett in the left point. Back to Lovejoy in the corner. Lovejoy trying to step away from some pressure. Got corralled, and the puck goes loose to the far boards where Mac Blue takes a vicious swipe at it. DeZiel will pitchfork the puck into the neutral zone. This is going to evade the man back, Jace Panzer, for East Grand Forks. And Panzer will go back behind the line to pick that one up back behind his own net. Pass off near side. Nolan Mellebrook up against traffic. Mellebrook puts a shot on. That was taken off the chest by Weather Weston Nielsen. Nielsen will send it back into the corner. There's a 2-on-2 pushing and shoving match for control there. Loose to Logan Nielsen for Grand Forks Central. He'll paddle it back around towards the left side wall. Comes to center. A drive up the ice coming that time from Brady Fee, part of the fourth line that's coming out. And they are correcting the goal. It is Ryder Rivard that gets credit for the goal. Boone Canto will get an assist on it. And Wyatt Blake as well. And that makes a little bit more sense. So it's Rivard from Canton and Blake at 2:03.
I still think they got it wrong. It was for sure Trey Clausen on the first pass, but whatever.
Well, at least the goal went to the right spot. We can fix the rest of it later, right? Cole Beast, right point, drifter into traffic, down right in front of the net. Wheelson reaching
Penalty
for it. He got run. There's going to be a penalty coming up. The goalie's down. There's a green wave down, and they've asked for the play to stop as the tangle up in the crease will get sorted out. Jake Chupka got forced into Weston Nielsen, and a penalty's been called, and we believe that East Grand Forks is going on the power play. Yeah, they're going to send, I believe, Logan Nielsen into the box. Going to be a holding call against Nielsen. So Nielsen on the hold. Time of the penalty will be at 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And we'll see the first power play of the game going to East Grand Forks. And it'll be a power play for our friends at RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online, rbbelectric.com. So the first power play of the game going to East Grand Forks in the green wave, and they could use it. Central, after the opening shift, had built a little bit of momentum. Knights win the draw. They make that dangerous pass right across their own slot. No one home to pick it up. Long range chance put in front of the net. And Max Beast was standing there but couldn't come up with the puck cleanly. And now Central rallying to the back check up against the wall. Puck will go loose. Spin. Lockwood flips it in the air. Works back to the far side of the net. Green Wave trying to chase it down with Hunter Barneson. Then Beast again. Flip back behind the Central net by Shea Kwame. But really good pressure by East Grand Forks off the draw on this power play. Cole Beast out to the left, and a puck deflected back through the slot, and a long pass from Jace Van Epps. It'll end up back in the corner. Hills digging for it for the Green Wave. Comes back with Beast, played off towards the right side. Varnson, quick pass across the slot, and a shot blocked.
That's off.
Net may have come off its pegs once again. They got a great pass out to Van Epps for a wrister, but Central blocked the shot. We saw a lot of blocked shots yesterday, and the teams aren't waiting. They're selling themselves out in the bodies early this season.
Yeah, and we'll see the advanced scouting here for Central. I saw a lot of the boys here yesterday watching this game, and East Grand Forks likes to run that up high. A lot of their power play was generated from shots from distance. They'd like to work it up top and then shoot and then attack the net. So we'll see if Central picked up on that yesterday.
Central wins the draw on their own end, but East Grand Forks comes away with possession quickly. Lovejoy out to Corbett, quarterback into power play high. Mellebrook, cross ice pass. Lovejoy with a chance wide of the net. They set that up well. East Grand Forks has had some precision on the power play. Now a puck knocked loose back into the neutral zone. Panzer back to get it for the Green Wave. Pass across the ice. Judd Pester into traffic. Hit Mellebrook as it was coming through. Loose puck back to Corbett high. 50 seconds left of the power play. Mellebrook dishing back to Corbett, left point. Weak wrister floating through and wide after a deflection. Lovejoy looks to chase it down the corner. Pesh got to it instead. Back to Corbett, Mellebrook right point. The Knights get low, and that shot was blocked coming out to confront that. Mac Blue on the penalty kill. The puck goes loose left corner. Lovejoy tries to feather a pass for Panzer. It got through, but Panzer couldn't find it. And now the puck is deflected by Donovan Bollock back out into the neutral zone. Green Wave have to get onside with 20 seconds left. And East Grand Forks changing up half their power play unit. They're now down on the ice 4-on-3 despite being on the power play. Knights take advantage, and Craig Clausen will come up with a breakup and a backhander that will clear. Lots of pressure from East Grand Forks.
They're going to kill this off, but boy, East Side had some really good looks on that power play.
Ran it really well. They executed the passes to the places they wanted to go, received them really well for the most part, but didn't get what they were looking for, and credit Central a couple of blocked shots to get that thing taken care of. And now the Knights get loose, and here's a breakaway chance up the ice for DeZiel that gets stoned. Central comes back with it off the right point. Chance into traffic right in front of Schindele. Here's another whack at the puck coming in by Mac Blue, and we'll see Schindele make the stop and hold on for a whistle with 10:23 left of the opening period.
Yeah, good answer by Central. I think DeZiel came off to take the man in the box and went right to the far blue lane. He got sprung for a breakaway. Huge save, and then a couple of follow-up saves on some rebounds.
So we'll see a draw coming up in the East Grand Forks zone with 10:23 to play in the opening period. DeZiel looking to take the draw. He's outdrawn by Hunter Varnson. And the Green Wave will come back with control. Pass up into the neutral zone. Cooper Hills looking for Van Epps. This got loose. Barnson by himself. Nielsen with a big save off the stick, and he reaches down to cover it up. And that's one of those moments where you could see something very well happen to Central, but Nielsen coming out accurate with the stick to make the stop.
Yeah, Central's defenseman just got a little bit lost there, and Barnson was home free on that one. Huge save by Weston Nielsen to keep this 1-0.
DeZiel will draw against Barnson. Now in the Grand Forks Central zone with 10-11 to play in the opening period. Puck won by the Green Wave off the draw. It comes back high. Green Wave going to work with Cole Schmiederberg running that play, sending it off the left wall. There will be a collision now on the right wall as the Knights and Green Wave battle for control. Loose to the far side of the ice. Ryan Clausen takes it for East Grand Forks. Trying a centering pass for Barnson. That was blocked by a pair of Central defenders. Central's been very aware of the slot today. Seems like they put a lot of traffic there to block some chances.
Yeah, East Grand Forks, but they're still getting there, right, Ryan? They're making some really good seam cross-ice passes, and they did it yesterday against Red River. They got Central a little bit off balance here, too.
The bodies haven't really bothered East Grand Forks. They've been able to get inside those bodies despite Central staying home defensively. Hills whiffing on a pass, sends it back to the wall. Van Epps looking to take it. Burris comes out hunting a loose puck in the neutral zone, and Schmiederberg will turn it back down for East Grand Forks, send it back into the Central zone, and now we'll see East Grand Forks change up. 9:15 to play opening period. Central 1, East Grand Forks nothing on a goal that was scored early by Ryder Rivard, his second goal of the season, and the Knights will ice the puck. Let's go back to that stop a couple of moments ago for Weston Nielsen on our American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You're going to see this come right in front of Nielsen. He's got to come out to make that play with a stick. He's all by himself against Barnson, and good turn and cover. That's a heck of a play.
A great pass by Van Epps, too. He didn't even throw it to him. He just threw it to an area. He knew that Varnson was free, just threw it to an area, let Varnson skate right into it.
You're going to win games against good teams, though. Your goalie has to make one or two of those stops throughout the course of the game, and he made that one. And now we'll see a puck covered up by Noah Schindele back in the East Grand Forks zone. And we'll draw with 8:57 left to go of the opening period now in the East Grand Forks end. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Alltrue. Regular screenings with Alltrue's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. Knights battling for control. Wow, a vicious slash from Jace Panzer right into the breadbasket of Jace Spicer. I'm not sure what those two did to not like each other, but that was a heck of a swing. And East Grand Forks attempting to clear. They'll wave off icing. And Central waiting back in their own end to take possession as Tucker Lovejoy puts a little pressure on. Boone Canta with the puck for Central. Turns it back into the neutral zone. It's loose against the wall. Cole Beast was there. Blades it back to the Central blue line. Breakout pass too strong off the near edge. Looking for a breakout from Ryland Spicer. But, I mean, I'll tell you what, when you've got a Panzer and a Spicer throwing sticks at each other in the early going, that sounds like a whole lot of fun, doesn't it?
That's been going on for, what, 40 years? Couple of names there.
It's a nice way to connect the past to the present and the future, that's for sure. We'll draw it to the right of Weston Nielsen in the Grand Forks Central zone. Puck knocked around right in the dot. Still loose in the dot. It's almost like a curling match at this point. That puck just won't leave the button, if you will. It finally goes back behind the net. Ryder Burst looking to chassis it, rather track it down. Finn Lockwood as well. And it's up against the right side wall, still in the Central zone. Lockwood comes away with it, retreats a bit, sends it back to Hunter Hildy. And Hildy will send it up the ice on a clearing play that will also be icing. And back into the Central zone we go again.
Central really aggressive. I mean, kind of like we talked about yesterday, Red River was doing something similar, where they're stretching. As soon as their defensemen get possession, those forwards are going up the ice. And they're just sending guys to the far blue line, throwing passes, trying to spring them. If not, Ryan, even if you just get a stick on it and tip it in, it goes from your end to their end in 2 seconds.
They'll draw to the right of Weston Nielsen in the Grand Forks Central zone. And this will be taken back off the near side by Logan Nielsen for Grand Forks Central. He looks to Wackenfuss. Wackenfuss stepping up into the neutral zone. Little battle right along the dotted line that will flow back into the central end. Weston Nielsen will backpedal it over towards the far side. Cooper Hills is there for East Grand Forks. Couldn't find anyone to lay the puck to. Central tries to clear it. This has icing written on it if it gets to the line. They're going to wave off the icing call, and Judd Pesh is back to retrieve for East Grand Forks. Pesh on the far side looking for Max Beast. He's being hunted down by Wackenfuss. Long breakout pass into the neutral zone for Cooper Hills. He left the puck behind, turns into a 2-on-1. Van Epps to Hills. Hills back to Van Epps, and he scores! Jace Van Epps on the right side, able to go, I believe, 5-hole on Weston Nielsen. He tried to roof the puck. I'm not sure if it got up in the air, but a great pass coming back between those two, and Van Epps will score to make it a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, and kind of what we were just talking about. I mean, that's East Grand Forks doing the exact same thing we're just saying Central's doing, just sending forwards with speed, high in the neutral zone, waiting for a chance to spring. I think Logan Nielsen might have got caught up on that. 2-on-1, great pass back and forth there for that goal.
Didn't take long for it to happen. We'll get a look at that goal coming up a little bit later, so stay with us for that. They'll get the official scoring on the goal. Van Epps gets the goal, his first of the season. There'll be an assist for Cooper Hills on it. Van Epps from Hills, the official time at 9:42. And the Knights and Green Wave are tied at 1 apiece with 7 minutes left to go in the opening period on our All-True scoreboard. So East Grand Forks strikes back. And to the Green Wave credit, they've been able to find their spots. They just haven't had a lot of luck, but that was bound to happen at some point. Breakout pass, Tucker Lovejoy in the left side of the neutral zone. He'll drive up, and this one hit Finn Lockwood's tarp and nearly brought it down.
Ryan.
And Finn Lockwood's not going to like that.
He's hanging by a thread
and
there.
right now, Finn Lockwood's on the ice, and we'll see how he responds to that. It's his little tarp that got knocked down.
Playing angry now.
Let's take a look at that last goal in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And this is how quickly it can happen. Just a little hit there into a 2-on-1. Pass comes back to Van Epps. And I didn't see where that puck ended up going in.
Short side. Or,
did it?
Glove, yeah, short. I think he got it up a little bit.
It looked like he was trying to lift it up in the air. Nonetheless, 1-1 tie between Grand Forks Central and East Grand Forks. Those of you checking our replays, you can do that with our video coverage. And there's a chance out in front of the net by Cole Beast right on top of the crease. Gets deflected wide. Puck goes to Wyatt Blake on the right side wall for Central. Blake will bounce one back out into the neutral zone. Burris was there, couldn't find it. Little stick check against Mac Blue, who comes up into the offensive end with possession. Burris will chip it into the corner, and we'll see DeZiel step by. Back to Burris underneath. That's a time-tested Central play. They just worked off the end wall, but Mac Blue couldn't find it. 3-on-2 the other way. East Grand Forks looking for possession. Corbett will go into the corner and get it as the Green Wave change up behind that rush. DeZiel steps into the corner trying to free the puck. Did right at the net. Short-sided opportunity that time for Jordan Nowacki, third-line center. Got that up on the body of Weston Nielsen, and now a whistle coming out on the near side wall. Puck was played with a high stick, and we'll go back into the East Grand Forks zone for a draw.
Very transitional game thus far, Ryan. A
Yeah.
lot of just back and forth. You know, hockey's kind of changed. There's how fast can you get from offense to defense? How fast can you get from defense to offense? And we're seeing it here. Both goals and these chances have come on transitional type plays.
I think if you're a quality team, you're looking for that opportunity, right? I mean,
That's
you've got
where it's at.
you've got the players, and sometimes your defenders are the equivalent of really midfielders in soccer, trying to get you from offense to defense as fast as you possibly can. Here's another wind up and slash into the side of the net from Milwaukee. Puck goes loose to the far boards. Beast picked it up for East Grand Forks. Green Wave really quickly up the ice. You see Central a little bit more methodical when they come up the ice. They can make the rush, but they're more than patient to look for the way to just sort of gain down in distance. And puck sent back into the offensive end by Ryland Spicer for Grand Forks Central. Puck goes loose to the far boards, pinned up against the wall by Shea Kwame. Loose again towards the right side. Kwame comes away with it, tries to drive inside, left the puck loose there. Kwame jabbing at it again. Now it's loose by the net for Ryland Spicer. Neither could come up with a look that was clean against Schindele, and the puck will come back into the neutral zone. May have an offside call.
Great play by Shea Kwame there. A lot of times, Ryan, guys will, when they get the puck behind the net, they like to take it from one corner to the other, but Shea recognized he had a lane and tried to get that puck, that little quick hit that you talk about. No one does better than Central, that little 10-foot pass from behind the net to the front of the net. They live and die off that thing. It almost worked there.
And it's so fun to watch that play, too, because when it works, it just is so satisfying for whatever reason.
It is satisfying.
Now, I'm sure if you're not a Central fan, it's not satisfying.
Yeah, but you got to appreciate it. I love it. I love watching them do that. You can see it coming. And then, like you said, when it executes, you're like, yep, there it is.
Up the ice, Hunter Varnson for East Grand Forks. Rings one back left side. It's picked up off the point by Schmiederberg, and then back to the East Grand Forks blue line. Ryan Clausen comes back towards the near side with it, and perhaps another offside call, this time against the Green Wave. With 4:40 left to go in the opening period, 1-1 tie on our All True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All True. Regular screenings with Altru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit altru.org or call 780-5000. Central scrambling for a draw in their own slot. Trey Clausen on his backhand blade, working his way into the neutral zone. Outrunning some traffic on the near side and leaving it off the wall. Back to get it, Ryan Clausen for East Grand Forks. Breaks it out left side, looking for Van Epps, who's got the lone goal today for the East Siders. And puck goes up into the rafters, and we'll see a draw coming up in the green wave end.
Great shift there for that line for Central. Listen, Trey Clausen, we saw it last year. He didn't play a ton, but when he got out there, his energy, his physicality is so impactful, and he could just change the shift just like that. And he did right there. Just a relentless forecheck from zone to zone all over the ice.
It seems like they're set up that way, too. Nielsen
nice
with
shot.
a chance from the point that will score. A long-range chance by Logan Nielsen from a defensive spot. He comes up with just a clean wrister that seems to get through. Not sure if it was touched, but the Green Wave will be down a goal as Central takes a 2-1 lead on Logan Nielsen's long-range chance from the right point.
Yeah, that's just a clean face-off win and a shot through traffic. I don't think Schindley saw it until he heard it behind him. East Grand Forks they had their hands up. They didn't like something about that draw or something, but nonetheless, goal stands.
Nolan Mellebrook comes away with possession as we wait for the official scoring on the goal from Logan Nielsen. There was traffic in front of the net. Schindley may not have seen a deflection, but may not have been able to see the puck. The bodies may have been able to just shield him off of it. Let's take a look at it again while we wait for a draw.
Seeing eye, Ryan, that came
on
right
our American
clean.
Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you mentioned it. Just a clean win off the draw. Nielsen's wrister, yeah, it looks like it just went low. They're taking a look at it right now down below to see what they've got as far as the official scoring on it is concerned, but nonetheless.
Big save by
Weston Nielsen. Logan Nielsen will get credit for the goal for the Knights. And there will be an assist for Ryder Burris on the play. And also Cooper DeZiel. So Nielsen from Burris and DeZiel at 12:43 makes it 2-1 Knights over East Grand Forks. To the left of Weston Nielsen, we will draw in the Grand Forks Central Zone. Puck comes out towards the near side, trapped against the wall. Then the Knights retreat back into their own to try to pick it up. They're able to get to it. Shea Kwame will turn it back towards the near side, looking to break out with Gavin Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss leaves it back to Kwame. No one saw that pass coming.
Nice pass.
Kwame off to the right side, driving in, looking wrap around, and that puck was deflected as Ryland Spicer made an excellent play and had the opening he was looking for and just couldn't quite force the puck home. Spicer gets back to his own line to take control of the puck after East Grand Forks broke out with it. Spicer again, right circle, sends one wide. It'll ring back to the near boards where Cooper DeZiel looks to get a touch on it. Then we'll see the touch coming from Cooper Hills for East Grand Forks. They're up ice 2-on-2 into a 3-on-2. Quarterback by Hills who hit a pipe. It comes back to Weston Nielsen. He's in front of it. He was laying down on the ice. The puck ends up spraying into the corner. Officials lost sight of the play. They'll blow the whistle. We're going to draw coming up in the Central Zone. That was a great 3-on-2 chance. And again, East Grand Forks continues to come up with ways to produce on-man rushes when you just don't see them coming.
Yeah, that was a well-executed 3-on-2. Really great play by East Grand Forks.
And so we'll see a draw coming up in the Central Zone. And Logan Nielsen, who scored the latest goal, will pitchfork one up into the neutral zone. This goes loose. Long race to get to it. This time Ryder Rivard, who scored the first goal, plays it back in front of the net. Noah Schindley will go down and cover it up. Stay with us in our intermission report. Brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine and High Plains Water. We got plenty of highlights to take a look through as this one got started today. It's been a good time all the way around. This has been a fun game.
Yeah, this is a fast-paced first period. Offense on both ends of the ice. Big saves, well-executed plays.
We have some breaking sports news as well that we'll get to here in a couple of moments. We'll see Cooper Hills coming up into the offensive end for East Grand Forks. Hills stepping, looking back towards the point. This comes back out to the high slot instead. Beast trying to dig for control, but Max Beast unable to find it, then ends up roughing Trey Clausen to the wall. It comes back to Hunter Varnson, back to the high slot again. Another chance by Van Epson. Weston Nielsen's helmet was down. He barely saw that coming. He may have actually hit that off the crown of his head. Back out in front of him. Back to Cooper Hills on the right point, rushing the right side wing. He'll be drugged down to the corner, but finds Judd Pesh with the puck. Pesh tries to feather one out to the high slot. That was broken up by Ryder Rivard for Central. Knights try to get on the rush. They'll lose control right in the center circle. Cooper Hill's back up ice with it. A spin to stay away from some pressure, waiting for the rest of his team to come out after a shift. And we saw the change up for East Grand Forks go unabated, even though the puck was just held by Cooper Hills. Central didn't really make a play on him defensively.
It was a 1-on-4, Ryan, and Cooper Hills was able to buy time until his line jumped in. Central's got to kill that play earlier.
You got to come after that. That allowed Jace Panzer to get possession of the puck in the high slot and a pass coming in from Hills. Panzer couldn't get it off cleanly. Knights try to clear. They'll get it back into the neutral zone. Mellowbrook steps back to allow his team to get back on side. Turns one back towards the left. Tucker Lovejoy off the wall. Left circle. Crossing pass. Mellowbrook was there again. Reached out but was unable to pull it in. Puck on the near side wall. Mellowbrook went back to get it. Took a couple of hits fore and aft. And a look up the ice for Grand Forks Central's Jake Spicer trying to get one free. Let's come back into the neutral zone. Race for control on the near side. Brady Fee coming up the ice, finding Brady Kirkaby. Fee, Kirkaby, Spicer, the fourth line. Good rush. Puck goes loose behind the net, and Tucker Lovejoy will take it back for the Green Wave. Mellowbrook trying to handle, ended up losing control of the puck. It's deflected back to Cole Beese as we get into the final minute of play in the opening period. Beese on the right side, going down towards the corner. A turn coming back off the near side will be Jake Spicer. Breakout pass towards the right. Knights trying to rush it in. Mack Blue at the start of a change. He'll have DeZiel and Burris coming behind him. DeZiel, left wing, short-sided shot. Schindele takes it off a blocker. Loose puck back to Blue in the corner. He'll take a shot into the wall. He was hit there by Van Epps. Correction, he was hit there by East Grand Forks' Jordan Nowaki. This is first line versus third line right now. Tough matchup for the Green Wave. Overguard sent it back into the neutral zone. Puck loose to Blue, down on numbers. Made a great pass to Burris, just a bit too strong. Burris turns off the wall, tried to get a shot away, and it was deflected. Loose back again to the high slot. Knights able to hold it in the zone. Burris with 10 seconds left tried to play it back to Blue. It'll ricochet off the wall. Overguard takes a baseball swing at it. Was able to get a piece with 5 seconds to go. Back through the neutral zone, and that's going to be the end of the opening period. Folks, I'm being told that Bubba Schweigert, the head coach of UND football, has decided to resign. I have not been able to confirm that as of yet. There had been some speculation as of late, but now being told again unofficially that Bubba Schweigert, the head coach of UND football, has decided to step away as the head coach. Not sure what that means. Haven't seen the story yet. Been a lot of speculation about how that restructuring might look. Nonetheless, it appears to have happened. We'll talk more about that as we continue. Intermission report coming up next. And East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central locked in a doozy in the Gambucci Cup Series. It's a 2-1 lead for the Knights over the Green Wave. We'll come back with our intermission report in just a couple of moments, so we invite you to stay with us for more. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We have reached our first intermission today. Grand Forks Central leading East Grand Forks by a score of 2-1. Great first period. A lot of opportunities for East Grand Forks. They outshoot Central 8-6 in the opening period. Central made some really nice tactical plays to get on the board. Won a draw, that little throw down to the doorstep, a little jab. East Grand Forks executed some really good passes and got up the ice really well. So each team did some things that they really wanted to do well. They executed their game in that opening period.
Yeah, I actually think East Grand Forks executed offensively maybe a little better than Central. Obviously, Central capitalized on their chances, and they had a couple other ones, that some big saves down there for Shinley. But yeah, both teams put pressure on at times, and both teams had some grade A chances that were denied. So great first period of hockey.
I liked it. I thought, there's a lot of activity there, which was great. The two teams really got after one another, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of waiting to feel each other out, right? It was more of a situation of, I know what I want to do, you know what you want to do, you do that, we'll do this, and we'll see how it turns out. And you got to like a hockey game that's like that, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just run and gun, back and forth. Like I said, highly transitional. I mean, as soon as the puck is turned over one way, it's boom back the other way. Ton of speed, odd man rushes left and right. Yeah, it's a fun hockey game to watch.
Really, really good stuff. Our intermission report today is brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Find out how your quality of living goes up with the system from High Plains Water. No more scaly buildup around your fixtures. You're going to have cleaner and better tasting tap water with treated water, and better laundry, cleaner laundry with less detergent, because treated water does a better job on laundry and a whole lot more. High Plains Water. Find out about one of their systems in Grand Forks on Gateway. And it's brought to you, our intermission report, by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the men of steel at Grand Forks Welding and Machine, here to limit your downtime so it doesn't affect your bottom line. If you have a shaft that twists or breaks, or you need things tightened up around your farm or your business, Grand Forks Welding and Machine is the place to call to get that done. So make sure you find them at 1812 Gateway Drive, Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Let's take a look at our first period highlights. And again, breaking sports news today, we're told that Bubba Schweigert, the UND head football coach, has decided to step away from his position. He's going to move into a new role within the athletic department. There had been some talk that he might step into an associate AD type of role, fundraising, that type of thing. But nonetheless, the job is going to be open for UND football, and we'll see what that looks like going forward. I wonder if there might be a candidate right there on the staff that we could talk about. Tom Dosh has got some head coaching football experience, and he had gone back to football the last couple of years, but we'll leave the speculation behind. Let's take a look at our highlights from this one, and they're brought to you today by Proseed. You need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net. Get started. You were talking all about Ryder Rivard. Ryan Kuntz was, and here's Ryder Rivard just knowing right place, right time.
Such a great play.
Yep, pass down to the doorstep, and Rivard with just a jab to send that one through on a one-timer. Then we see Weston Nielsen for Grand Forks Central coming up big early against the Green Wave. That's Hunter Barnson getting free. Nielsen waving the stick out, able to make a stop, but he could not make the next one that was coming at him. You can see how East Grand Forks turns things into a 2-on-1, take a body, 2-on-1 odd man. Van Epps getting the pass back from Hills. Really nice 2-on-1 play that's finished by Jace Van Epps to tie the game at that point. But Central off of a draw on the offensive end. Logan Nielsen, good wrister, finds the bottom of the net. And Logan Nielsen comes up with the goal that has given Central the lead at the end of the opening period. Those are your highlights brought to you by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net. The Knights lead by a score of 2-1. Shots again were 8-6 in favor of East Grand Forks in that opening period. Scoring summary with Who Lit the Lamp brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Ryder Rivard with that first goal. That was, I believe, his second goal of the season and his third point of the year. Assists on that to Wyatt Blake, his first scoring of the season. Boone Canta gets his second assist at that point. Then it was Jace Van Epps for East Grand Forks that comes back with the first goal for the Green Wave today. Cooper Hills will pick up his fourth assist, 6 point. Van Epps first goal, second point. And Hunter Varnson, third assist, fourth point of the year. And then Logan Nielsen off that draw, scoring his second goal and his fourth point of the season. Assists on that will go to Ryder Burris. So Burris is on the board with his second assist of the year and third point, and Cooper DeZiel with his third assist and fourth point today. So Ryder Rivard and Jace Van Epps and Logan Nielsen lighting the lamp, and that's who lit the lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Besides that, Ryan, what stood out to you in that first period? Two really good hockey teams doing different things. What did you think stood out to you the most out of the first 17 minutes?
Well, like I said, I think East Grand Forks executed very well in the offensive zone. I think Central's going to have to make some serious adjustments. You know, like I said, East Grand Forks runs that where they run that roll, they call it, where that third forward kind of rolls up high and it kind of pulls everybody up the ice and opens things, open seams. They were hitting cross-ice seam passes like crazy. Central seemed a little desperate in their end to try and knock those passes away. They're going to have to figure out a better system where they're in position body-wise instead of having to dive and make plays. They're just there to kind of snip that. Red River couldn't figure it out yesterday, and Central struggled at times today. So they're going to have to make a switch here in the second period moving forward.
It seemed like both teams made some passes the other wasn't ready for. I remember the little three-man play for Central here that came into the end wall off the corner. There was a pass into the corner to DeZiel from Burris that nobody really saw coming. And both teams had players like yesterday again with all sorts of wide open ice around them, in front of them. Just some things that defensively haven't matured yet this year.
Sure. Early in the season, you're still trying to figure this stuff out. You know, you're defensively, and defensively is always hard, Ryan. You know, game's changing. Guys are doing different things than they used to, and so you're always trying to develop your game defensively. It's not easy playing down there. It's not easy playing your end of the ice. I mean, you're wearing pucks, you're getting hit, you got to give up your body a lot. But you got to do it, and I think, like I said, I think Central's got to make a couple small adjustments positionally in moving forward.
We'll see if they can get those adjustments done. We'll see what the second period looks like coming up here in a couple of moments. Intermission report continues, and it's brought to you today by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. We've got more on the way in just a couple of moments, so stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Sports.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Sports. We have the release coming in here from the University of North Dakota. Again, it reads today, UND Athletic Director Bill Chaves and head coach Bubba Schweigert jointly announced that Schweiger will step down as head coach after 11 seasons at the helm and transition to a senior administrative role within the athletic department as the Senior Associate Athletic Director for Engagement and Mentorship. And the statement that came from Bill Chaves today is, I want to thank Coach Schweigert for his unbridled passion for the University of North Dakota. Legacy as a football coach forever remembered. I look forward to working with him on our senior leadership team in a different capacity. It goes on from there. Obviously, Coach Schweigert was, I believe, owed $750,000 on his scholarship, or and his his salary on his contract, and so buying out his contract is going to be obviously a little expensive. And I still think that Bubba has some really, really good things to give to the University of North Dakota. The man is very passionate about UND, and obviously the football situation is what it is, but let's remember this. I know a lot of people in UND football land are frustrated. The playoff wins haven't followed and that type of thing. After the game with NDSU broke down, it was a Bubba team that beat NDSU the first time that they got a win over the Bison, and that's probably going to be one of those things that he'll remember for a long, long time, is leaving, or the Bison leaving Grand Forks after a thumping at the Alara Center. That probably felt pretty good.
Incredible. Oh, Leon?
Yeah, you're ready.
I was at that game. That game was unbelievable.
I think a lot of people were at that game that day.
Everyone was at that game.
I wasn't at that game.
Where were you when UND finally beat NDSU? Everyone will remember.
I was at a different game, I'm sure, because that's usually what my Saturdays look like too, right? East Grand Forks wins the draw to start the second period. Cooper Hills leaving one back. Barneson, that's snuck through. It's a goal. Hunter Barneson is going to be given credit for a goal on a net that was coming off the pegs. Barneson sweeping at one that was set up by Hills, and we didn't know for sure if it would be a goal. The official steps in and emphatically says it's a goal for Barneson. And East Grand Forks has tied the game 8 seconds into the second period. It's 2 apiece.
Yeah, that didn't seem like much. I think Weston knocked it going post to post, but I think his argument was it was off when the puck went in. But
we won't slow it down, but let's take a look at it. The American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay right off the draw. And you'll see Barneson stepping into the circle right there. And, well, the net was coming free. It's hard to tell from that angle. But the official that was out on the left wing seems to have seen that really well and pointed for a goal right away. And the time will be 8 seconds of the second period. It's Barneson from Hills, so Cooper Hills gets an assist. Hunter Barneson has his second goal of the season. And we're now tied at 2, so a big game-changing type of play just seconds into the second period. And we'll see the Knights having to try to fight their way back for the lead after having a one-goal lead that was tenuous at best. Neither team has performed with higher wait a second, what was that?
That was
Van Epps just caught the puck and threw it up the ice, didn't he?
Well, Tom Brady action there, but it went right to Central, so the hand pass is waved off. But
I mean, I've never seen that before not get called. Okay, so 2-2 is your score. Again, neither team has performed, like, to an extent way better than the other day. They both done extremely well against each other here. We get another pull down the neutral zone, and apparently we're not calling anything today. There's a stick from Mellebrook that goes underneath the glove. He and Wyatt Nielsen get into it. We had a pull down back in the neutral zone that wasn't called, and Jace Van Epps just caught a puck out of midair and threw it, and threw it up the ice. And
yeah, we're 65 seconds into the second period. Here we go, baby. Little poke there on Wyatt, on Weston Nielsen. Sorry, I think that's what kind of set off Central there.
Yes.
He had it covered in a late poke.
He had it covered too.
But you're right. Mac Blue took out an East Grand Forks. I wasn't sure it was. Probably could have been a call, but so far away from the play, they just let it slide.
East Grand Forks from the wing fires one in off the right point. That'll be knocked aside. And a loose puck to Logan Nielsen. And yes, the physicality is beginning to ratchet up. It's almost as if both coaches delivered the same message in the locker room. Go hit somebody, and they're both answering.
Another one.
Shea Kwame just took an absolute pounding that time into the wall. That came, I believe, from Max Beese. And then Kwame hit Beese in the back of the head with a clear cross check, and they didn't call that either. That was right in front of us. We both saw it. That was stick to the back of the helmet. And we're just going to play on. Central ice the puck. We'll still call that one. And we'll bring it back into the neutral zone for another. I mean, Shea Kwame came over with his stick out, perpendicular to the ground and hit his man in the back of the head with
I
the
think
stick.
Kwame and Beast hit each other about 3 times each that shift. I don't know how they did it, but those two are all over each other.
This is starting to get fun all of a sudden here. I'm kind of liking it. Milwaukee will take the draw for East Grand Forks. He's outdrawn on the play by, I believe, Mac Blue. The puck goes actually rather not Mac Blue, Trey Clausen. Puck's back behind the Grand Forks Central net, ripped off the wall, taken that time by Chupka. Comes out to the right, Clausen fires a wrister that goes wide. Loose puck left side to Ryder Rivard, who takes a swipe at it. Ends up coming up short. Milwaukee will turn it back into the offensive end for the Green Wave, and it's run back over towards Rivard on the far side. Schmiederberg stepped into that. And East Grand Forks beginning to establish a little bit of their tempo here. Chip off the high glass, that time coming, and now we've got another whistle and another takeout in the neutral zone.
That one might be a hand pass.
Trey Clausen got wrapped up on the near side with Milwaukee. And it looks like we're going to have a draw on the blue line.
I think they're going all the way down. I think
are they going to go into we're going to go in the Green Wave zone?
Yep.
Well, they didn't call the last one, so you might as well try it again. I mean, make them call it, right? Wow. 14:45 left second period. All true scoreboard tied at 2 between East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central.
And East Grand Forks has come out hot this period. Already 12-6 in shots. 4 shots to nothing.
That's
this period.
4 in a row, and they did a lot of this yesterday too in the second period. They owned the second period of the game yesterday against Grand Forks Red River. They went down 1-0 and scored 6 unanswered, and 4 of those came in that second period of play. They owned the second 17 minutes. And I'm sure Central's aware of that as well. Wyatt Blake dishing a puck back towards the near side. Hit into Finn Lockwood from behind. Lockwood turning, trying to hold his balance. And a 2-on-2 matchup in the corner for possession of the puck. Corbett comes out to the point to get a touch on it for the Green Wave on the left. This will come back out to the point again. Wyatt Blake trying to hold. And we saw Hunter Barneson coming in from behind, making a play on that puck as well. Central really pushed back on their heels here throughout the second period. They're having a hard time getting up in the offensive zone. Mellowbrook back in the back check. Turning one back towards the near side. Long rush to get to it for Boone Canta of Grand Forks Central. Canta will dish it off to Wyatt Blake. They may have made a change there on the defensive pairing. Canta trying to fight for a loose puck to take one from Tucker Lovejoy. Trey Clausen comes up with control for Central, drags the puck up into the neutral zone. Godfrey down numbers as he comes up in the offensive end. Had a hard time holding the puck cleanly. Ryder Rivard steps in for control, jumps around a defender, gets ridden into the board hard from behind by Panzer. The puck will go loose, and there's an outright swipe from Donovan Bollock on what was a slash, and they'll look that one off as well as the puck works back up into the Grand Forks Central zone. Panzer with a chance. That one got blocked. Comes loose back to Peace on the near side point. He turned it to Lovejoy. That's taken away. Here's a 2-on-1. Spicer coming up the ice. He fires. Schindele makes a big blocker save. And now we've got more pushing and shoving at the end of the play. We've got Pesh set to go at it with Spicer. They'll separate those two. Now we got more going on. It's Pesh again. No, it's not. This is Lovejoy getting into it on the back end with a Central captain, Finn Lockwood. And it looks like we got a couple of men that are going to go into the tank and cool off for a bit.
Yeah, I can't imagine this is going to be penalty free. So we got Lockwood for sure, Lovejoy for sure.
Did you see that at the end? Lockwood was just staring down Lovejoy. He went over to the East Grand Forks door, looked right through the glass at Lovejoy, and then turned himself back to his own penalty box. And now they're going to go back into the Central zone for a draw. We haven't yet played 4 minutes of the second period. We've had a whole game play in these first 3:50.
Well, that too, and besides that, who was on that chance? Was that Brady Fee? Was that 12 who walked around and got that chance?
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, he walked around our defenseman, tucked it in. It is under Schindele's pad. I don't think he knew where it was at, but it was poking out a little bit. He makes one wrong move, and that puck either slides in or pops out to the slot. But
now we got the penalty door open again on the Central side.
Is Central going down more? There was an unsportsmanlike. It was a rough on Lovejoy. It was unsportsmanlike on Central, but I don't know if they gave Central something and an unsportsmanlike.
Well, they've got Lockwood in the box for 2, so this is going to be a power play for East Grand Forks. Lockwood's going in the box to serve an actual penalty. And now I think they're going to pull Jake Spicer in for the coincidental minor. So the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be sat by Finn Lockwood, and East Grand Forks on the power play, brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online, rbbelectric.com. So it's Spicer that will serve the coincidental minor penalty that was served by Tucker Lovejoy, but then Finn Lockwood's going to serve an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, it would appear.
So rough and unsportsmanlike was the call on Lockwood.
So Lockwood will end up sitting for 2 minutes, and East Grand Forks will go on the man advantage in a 2-2 tie with 12:34 to play in the second period. Hills trying to work his way around Mac Blue on the far side wall. Beast picks it up and then goes right underneath the chin strap of Kason Panzer, who's over on the Grand Forks Central side. Beast trying to pull away from some pressure. High slot open, wrister on the way in, blocked. That one did not make its way back to Nielsen. Logan Nielsen will pick up the puck and clear it. And the power play, or the penalty kill clearer, will allow Central to change up with 1 minute left of the power play clock for East Grand Forks. Greenwave back with Corbett coming out to the near side wall. Had that one poke checked loose. Loose puck coming out right side for Shea Kwame. Kwame coming in with Ryder Burris waiting in front of the net. Shorty chance coming up here for Central, but that darn puck won't fall off an edge and just kept rolling away from Kwame. Another hit. This time Pesh gets hit by Kwame trying to come into the neutral zone. The puck sent back down by Central to East Grand Forks end. Corbett will get behind the net and bring it out for the Green Wave. He looks back to Jace Panzer near side. Panzer turns it back into his own end. And I'll tell you what, for all the struggles that Central had early in this period, this has been an excellent penalty kill.
Yeah, this is great. Jay Kwame's on a mission out there. He's hitting everyone.
Pesh
Moves.
off the right side, handing to Panzer on the right point. Drop pass looking for Mellabrook behind the net. One floats towards the net. Weston Nielsen covers it up. Judd Pesh goes looking under the glove again. And a couple of Knights will speak with Judd Pesh about his propensity to fish underneath the glove with the stick blade. 13 seconds left of the power play as we get ready to draw.
Yeah, that was the
in
fastest,
the central zone.
That was the fastest power play of all time.
Yeah, it was there and gone,
Did they
wasn't
set
it?
For 2 minutes, or was it?
I saw 2 minutes go up on the board.
Okay, all right.
Chip off the glass. This is going to kill it. Off the draw.
Great
this
kill.
is cleared immediately by Kason Panzer. East Grand Forks trying to break out once more to at least get in the offensive end with the man advantage. They will do so, but Central's back to full strength as they kill it off. Loose puck to wide. Cords, who played a lot yesterday. The lone fourth liner, I believe, that we saw in the game until late in the matchup for East Grand Forks. Cords will turn one back towards the near side. It's picked up off the wall by Cole Beese. He comes back to the right side looking for Schmiederberg, and this will go loose. Actually, Chupka, rather. And it will go loose back into the East Grand Forks zone. Beese back to get it. Van Epps on the near side. Bollock turns him over. Puck loose up the ice. Back again.
Oh,
Cords got a chance that was deflected and ends up in the rafters, and I don't think it came down. It'd flop up there somewhere and not come back?
It's in orbit right now.
Of all the things that we've seen today, and we've seen a lot of them, a puck went up and never came down.
Still watching to see if it drops.
It's not. It must be stuck on one of those ridges that come off the sides of the rafters that hold up the roof here at Purpur Arena.
1 in a million shot.
Right? Corbett, high
Good
slot,
block.
has a shot blocked, and now Shea Kwame's going to get away 2-on-2. Kwame gets taken out, trying to come up the ice. Schmiederberg threw a body into him. Trailing the play, Gavin Walkenfuss throws a body into Schmiederberg. Back towards the near side, a look again by Kwame off the right. Kwame tried to drop it into the right circle. A huge pile up there with no one really gaining control. Ryland Spicer comes out with control for Central in the end, and Spicer takes into the corner where there's another big pile up. Loose puck out in front. There's a chance, and a big save that's made by Noah Schindele, coming back to the right to stop Walkenfuss as he got it onto his forehand side. A shot from the point that Schindele will knock away. That was taken off the left point, that time by Logan Nielsen. Puck loose into the neutral zone, and now here comes East Grand Forks, 3-on-2. Breakout pass right side, and a shot by Cooper Hills that whistles wide. Great pass from Van Epps. The other way comes Central, but they'll lose the puck. Judd Pesh back in transition. A chip up into the neutral zone for Hunter Varnson. Central on the back check. Wyatt Blake getting there first. He's run into by Tucker Lovejoy. Then Lovejoy hit by a second Knight. The puck is kicked free. It'll come back towards the right wall for Central. Came to the point. Beast was able to hold it down. Spicer got back to it and turned around Lovejoy of East Grand Forks as the puck went free. Back to Spicer. Loose to the wall. Beast will carry it into the offensive end. Lovejoy makes a dish out to the high slot. Panzer looks to give it back to Mellabrook on the left wing. Mellabrook takes a shot. Puck comes back to Panzer. And we'll see Weston Nielsen get at the breadbasket and hold on for the whistle with 9:10 left in the second period.
Yeah, one thing I was going to say earlier, too, and we should just point it out now, I mean, when you get in the second period like this, especially with a team that's so good in transition like East Grand Forks, like Central really has to be aware when they're changing, get the long change in the second period. They can't be coming off the ice in groups. They can't be coming off the ice slow. We saw a couple instances there where the long changes helped East Side get some odd man rushes.
Well, draw on the Grand Forks Central end after the stop by Nielsen. A shot from the point again, deflected up in the air.
Where's
Finally
that?
flopped down. It came back. It was the second time we've lost
That
one up
might
in
have
the
been
air.
the first puck.
You never know. That's a good point, Ryan. Puck goes over to the far wall. We're not sure we're playing with the right puck or not. Beast takes an official out. Loose puck goes left side into a 2-on-2. DeZiel trying to make a pass. Penalty coming up against East Grand Forks as DeZiel was trying to make a pass, and one of the Knights held up for an interference call. And now it's Central that will go on the power play with 8:48 left to go in the second period. It's going to be Mellowbrook that will take the interference call for the Green Wave.
Just trying to look and see who we got out here for Central's power play. I mean, there's a lot of options here, Ryan.
Well, it looks like they're going to come out with Blue. They're going to come out with DeZiel.
Lockwood's going to power play, or
Finn Lockwood will be out there. It looks like that. Gavin Walkenfuss is going to play on the left wing.
They'll go
Burris.
They'll go four forwards here.
Yep. It looks like it's the first line, along with, I believe, Walkenfuss will be the fourth forward that comes into this mix. They announced the power play, or I should say rather the penalty. It's Mellowbrook for interference at 8:12. And Central goes on the power play. DeZiel, short side from the right circle, deflected, covered by Schindele. More mixing up. We got Beast getting into it with Blue. We've got Van Epps getting into it with a couple of Knights. Ryder Burris being one. We're going to come back out and draw again with 1:44 left of the man advantage for Central.
Yeah, everything around the net's been an adventure once that whistle blows, hasn't it? I mean, it hasn't stopped anything.
The neutral zone's been a bit of an adventure today, too.
So you say play to the whistle, but they're playing it for a few seconds after every whistle.
DeZiel into the right corner, looking for Mac Blue. DeZiel trying to short wrister from the right circle. This floats back out to Finn Lockwood. Left side Walkenfuss out of the circle, dragging, looking, trying to close the distance. Put a shot through that was deflected by the Green Wave. This will be retrieved, though. Nice play that time by DeZiel to keep this in the offensive end. He tries a short-sided chance. Schindele got a glove on it, deflects it up over the bar. Back in behind the net, little turn back towards the near side from Walkenfuss. That'll ring out into the neutral zone, and Central's going to have to get back on side. 1:10 left of the man advantage for Central. East Grand Forks changing up a couple of penalty killers. They were able to do so, and Cooper Hills sends this back up the ice. And now Panzer's going to come up against Lockwood, trying to put on a little short-handed pressure for the Green Wave. And Central having a bit of problem with Panzer and also Cooper Hills disrupting. And Cooper Hills just tackled.
That could have been a holding penalty. Sure.
I mean, just tackled one of the Knights. I mean, it's great form in September.
Yeah, got his arms wrapped and everything.
Yep, yeah, brought him down. Didn't really dislodge the football. It wasn't a strip sack. It was just a good, good tackle from behind that time. Down to 30 seconds left to go on the power play. They've called nothing except for the interference call in the second period. It's just, men, go figure it out. We're just here for the popcorn. Seems to be that's the way this thing has gone so far. The Knights back up in the offensive end. Spicer turning one back to the half wall. He got it to Shea Kwame, and Kwame just being harassed by Lovejoy. Came free, however, comes back to the right side, crossing pass. Lovejoy breaks it up. High slot, Wyatt Blake will retrieve. He comes back towards the right. Ryland Spicer trying to squeeze a shot through. Schindele deflects it again. They don't know where the puck is. It comes down with Lovejoy in the right corner, and that will end the power play for Central. 3-on-2 odd man as Mellowbrook jumps out and joins the fray. And Weston Nielsen makes a stick save on Mellowbrook's try. Now it's 4-on-3 for an odd man the other way for Central. They'll ring it in, and Shea Kwame gets hit once more by Tucker Lovejoy.
That kid's going to be hurting after this game, Ryan.
Lovejoy and Kwame must just flat out not like each other. Maybe dating the same girl. We're not sure.
Oh, boy. Starting rumors.
Well, I'm telling you, they're acting like they've got something personal against each other. Judd Pesh up into the offensive end. He'll drag down to the corner, leaves a shot wide. Loose puck back out to the right point for Cole Schmiederberg. Schmiederberg drives it back into the Central zone. Nielsen coming over for Central, trying to get control. Braden Overgaard for Grand Forks, or actually for East Grand Forks. It goes loose into the neutral zone again. This time picked up by Noah Freeze, a fourth liner, who puts a wrister in. And Weston Nielsen will cover for the whistle with 5:57 left to go in the second period.
A little bit of a puck management situation. Ryan, you got to take care of the puck. Trey Clausen up the wall there, tries to make a move on a east side defenseman. Gets stripped and it goes back the other way for a chance. That's one he's got to chip that puck past, use his speed and size. Don't make that move. I'll talk to him later about it.
We'll draw to the right of Weston Nielsen. That's one of the benefits that Ryan Kuntz gives after calling a hockey game here on KNOX Live Sports is he'll coach the kids up as well. That's a free additive. that he's put. We've worked that into his deal is what we've done. A little extra.
He'll look at me and be like, I know.
Kaysen Panzer, near side for Mac Blue for Grand Forks Central. He finds DeZiel. DeZiel, great pass to Burris. Burris was open, just couldn't quite retrieve it cleanly. Loose puck goes into the corner. Schmiederberg comes out like a tank, running people over. Cooper Hills takes a hit from Cooper DeZiel, but squeezed the puck to Van Epps. Van Epps with a pass back to Clausen. That was too strong to handle. Logan Nielsen coming over to break that up for Grand Forks Central, but the Green Wave now respond with numbers in the offensive zone along the right half wall. A 2-on-2 game against the wall. Nielsen able to pull it free, left it back behind the net. Kaysen Panzer rings this back into the East Grand Forks zone, and icing will be the call. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All-True. Regular screenings with All-True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org, call 780-5000. Egg Bowl this weekend. You don't know what that is.
I don't.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
No.
Ole Miss won because Mississippi State is a tech school. That's familiar. That's confirmed. Sure. We're not even sure Mississippi State exists.
Is it going to be a Georgia Tech kind of thing?
No, it's just Starkville just needed something to build rumors around.
You watch that one last night?
8 overtimes. I lost a little bit of interest at one point. Boone Canta, I mean, come on.
Agreed. It got a little weird.
It's like that 17-round shootout between Red River and Davies a few years ago. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
That was a heck of a game down there in Fargo. Puck goes loose in the neutral zone. Kirkaby coming up into the offensive end for Central, puts a shot on Schindele, who gives up a juicy pizza of a rebound right on top of the crease. Central unable to gather to it. Goes loose again. This is picked by Brady Fee and shoveled into the far corner. Off the wall, retrieved by Cole Beese for East Grand Forks. He'll come to Corbett, back off to the right side for Mellowbrook. Mellowbrook looking up into the offensive end. Nielsen knocks that down. And Canta's back to get it against an East Grand Forks change. They try to catch the Knights in it. Long pass in the neutral zone for Jake Spicer. Spicer comes back to the near wall looking for Ryland Spicer. Spicer comes back out near side, a stop, a look, feathers one back over to the near side. Able to find Gavin Walkenfuss, who takes a step towards the wall and then back into the corner. Kwame was there. Turned it back, little backdoor chance. Kwame looking for a rebound after Spicer sent it in. Walkenfuss did. Puck comes back out to Finn Lockwood, high slot. His shot got blocked. Nowaki got down to block it. Loose puck to Wyatt Cords, and here comes East Grand Forks into the offensive end. Weston Nielsen will break one up behind his own net. Walkenfuss looks up into the offensive zone and was able to find Ryland Spicer. Spicer will shovel it back behind the East Grand Forks net. Hunter Barnson was the first man back for the Green Wave. Have you noticed, Ryan, as Trey Clausen goes back to get this, a lot of forwards are back checking today, really on both teams here. Off the right side, a shot coming from Kwame, but we've seen a lot of men back that are centers behind the net, picking up pucks up the ice. They're really making an effort to get back and defend when they're on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you're asking your defenseman now, Ryan. The game has changed to the point where you're asking your defenseman to activate and be part of the offense. So if they're going to jump up, somebody's got to fill in behind them. And so you're going to see that a lot more.
Puck off the wall. Ryder Rivard taking control for East Grand Forks. Ends up back behind, I should say rather for Central. Ends up back behind the East Grand Forks net. This will be fished out through the neutral zone. Long play to get to it for Kaysen Panzer. Icing as Cooper Hills is in Panzer's back pocket. And we're going to head back into the Green Wave zone for another draw. 2-2 tie on the All-True scoreboard. The only goal, Hunter Barnson at 8 seconds of the second period.
Shots have evened up too. EGF had jumped out to a really big lead there early in this period, but Central's caught up at 14-15 now.
Helped by the power play a bit. Rivard comes up with an opportunity off the draw, ends up having a shot blocked. Loose puck to Chupka for East Grand Forks. He'll come back near side. Panzer taking a look. Panzer clean wrister in on Weston Nielsen, who will make a glove save and will draw in the central zone. 2:57 to go. Again, Tuesday night. Set for action here at Purpur Arena. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We have to say that and make sure the internet gets the thing. They're working on that. Hopefully they'll have that done.
We had some assurances.
West Fargo, the number 3 ranked team in the preseason Eastern Dakota Conference poll, will take on Grand Forks Central that night. That's our next web streaming broadcast that we'll have for you on KNOX Live Sports, so join us for it. Little turn back out to the high slot. Barnson, great pass near side for Corbett. Corbett taking a look short-sided. That one was lost by Weston Nielsen, but deflects wide. B steps into the play for East Grand Forks. One of the more organized offensive shifts we've seen since very early in the game. Puck goes loose. It's picked up by Trey Clausen for Central, 3-on-3. Clausen driving in, got a shot away. Schindele will stick it aside. Puck comes back out to the near point. Lockwood will shovel it down with a backhanded play into the corner. Clausen circling there, but it works back out to Van Epps. Van Epps will throw off the far wall. Lockwood takes it away for Central and plays it back into the East Grand Forks zone. Corbett back behind the net for the Green Wave. He'll send it off towards the right, was able to find Cooper Hills. Hills a pitchfork deep into the Central offensive, or rather Central zone, I should say. Goes loose in the corner. Case and Panzer trying to run it down. Ends up floating out in front of the net. Lovejoy comes back to Judd Pesch, right point. A play by Weston Nielsen short, but it went up and over the bar.
Penalty.
Rebounded puck, and now we'll see another penalty coming up against Central. East Grand Forks trying to get the extra attacker on the ice. They get loose, and a shot by Panzer goes just wide. East Grand Forks trying to possess. Central trying desperately to touch it up and enforce the penalty. The extra attacker on the ice. There's a chance from Beast, and the extra attacker remains on the ice. Hill steering aside towards the near wing. He's able to find his man, Tucker Lovejoy. 6-on-5 here, organized. Beast, high slot wrister.
Nielsen has no stick.
Deflected, and as you mentioned, Weston Nielsen, the goalie for Central, has no stick. The Knights finally able to touch it up, and we've got a penalty coming up against the Knights. We may have another penalty coming up against Central, or maybe one against East Grand Forks.
They might have both got Finn Lockwood, but they both had their hands up, so maybe they both got the same guy. Lockwood. Yeah, they did.
Chupka coming off the ice is hurting for East Grand Forks. And that's not Lockwood going in the box. They've got 2 penalties against Central. Yeah, Case and Panzer's going in the box as well for Grand Forks Central. We're going to see 2 minutes of 5-on-3. We're going to have a cross-check for both. So Panzer and Lockwood both for cross-checking. Official time of the penalty at 15:44.
Well, Lawson, all of that, the puck possession side of it on the 6-on-5, it was just chaos in front of it. I don't know if you looked down there, Ryan. Every time you looked over, there was 2 guys laying on the ice, whether it was a Central guy, East Grand Forks guy. It was just mass chaos. At one point, Nielsen was down on the ice with someone in the net. He had no stick.
Well, rarely in high school hockey do you see a team get to set up a 6-on-5.
Well, they set it up.
Even more rarely do you see it executed so well, because it's probably not something you practice a lot, right? You put some work into it,
Sure.
But you know, if you're gonna go special teams, you're probably gonna use your 1-man advantage, your penalty kill, a little bit of your 2-man. Very rarely do you see a team come out and look that organized 6-on-5, but the Green Wave looked like they knew exactly what they were doing with 2-man or with the extra attacker on the ice.
Yeah, they did. They executed that well.
So it'll be a 2-man advantage for East Grand Forks for 2 full.
The only saving grace here is there's a minute 16 left. So Central, if they can get through this first minute 16, they get a break here.
They get a break, and then they also get the neutral zone face-off before the final 16 seconds of it would roll off, or 44 seconds would roll off on the penalty. But East Grand Forks goes to work with a 2-man advantage in a 2-2 tie. Puck to the near side. Cooper Hills in the left circle. Plays it back behind the line, and Nielsen just trying to pin it up against the wall and get that clock to run. We're into 1 minute to play. This comes out. Van Epps a chance for the high slot. Couldn't gather it in. Mac Blue blocked the shot, and then Blue ends up pushing it in the neutral zone. And now Blue coming up the ice, fires and goes up over the crossbar. Blue being just absolutely annihilated by Van Epps from behind. Still got a shot away and just came up over the crossbar. Hills a drop pass for Varnson. Shot from the top of the right circle. Deflected back out near side for Van Epps. 30 seconds left of the period. 2-man advantage continues. Lovejoy, Van Epps back into the far corner. Varnson out of the left will come back to the top of the right circle. Top of the left circle for Van Epps. Down to the doorstep. Little crossing pass from Hills. No one home. Lovejoy picks it up off the right wall. 15 seconds left of the period. Varnson looking, and a puck blocked away as Cooper DeZiel got a stick on it. And now DeZiel comes into the neutral zone. DeZiel's up ice by himself. Schindele with a kick save. And that's going to be the end of the second period of play. Cooper DeZiel point blank against Noah Schindele. Everybody's thinking Shorty down 2 men. And Schindele with a kick save that could be the play of the game right now.
I don't think I've ever seen 2 breakaways on the same 5-on-3 ever. That's insane. How did that happen?
Well, you know what? here's the thing.
And 2 huge saves.
We've seen a little bit of everything in this
everything
game
today.
already today. About all that's left to go now is a 3-man advantage, and they won't let you do that.
They won't. Well,
you can pull the goalie. Yeah. And you love to pull the goalie. That's something that you can't wait to do. Have you relaxed on that a little bit?
It's all situation.
It's all situation.
I was going to say it yesterday in the River game, down 6-2. They got a power play, and I'm like, pull your goal. I didn't want to. It's too early in the season to start that.
Too
early.
I
was thinking it.
I get it. All right, so a goal at 8 seconds of the period and a very exciting 5-on-3 2-man advantage for East Grand Forks that turns into 2 great offensive opportunities for Central. And we've still got 44 seconds of the 2-man advantage to take us into the 3rd period today. After 2, your score on the All-True scoreboard is East Grand Forks 2 and Grand Forks Central 2. Our intermission report brought to you today by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And we'll come back with our intermission report next as we continue our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Second intermission is upon us. It's brought to you today by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. 2-2 tie. We had the second goal for East Grand Forks, and the fourth goal of the game scored 8 seconds into the second period. And after that point, things got really, really out of control. A handful of breakaways, which we talked about. There was a lot of hitting, a number of penalties, and the period ends with East Grand Forks looking at 2 consecutive minutes of 5-on-3 hockey, and it led to 2 excellent offensive chances for Grand Forks Central. Just things that you wouldn't expect to see. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Joey Springer with our coverage today. And boy, it seemed like they opened up the throttle on the physicality to start the second period. Then they opened up the throttle and the breakaway stuff in the end of the second period, and it's hard to tell what's going to happen as we start the third period because I think both teams have kind of thrown everything they have at the other to this point. Hasn't solved anything. 2-2 tie.
Yeah, we're in for a doozy here in the third because I think at this point neither team's relenting, right? I mean, you put this much into it. This has been an action-packed hockey game. The hits, the physicality, the emotion. Neither team's letting down. No one's going to want to leave here a loser. But yeah, that 5-on-3 we talked about, that was incredible. Incredible 5-on. I didn't say it, but when they lined up that 5-on-3, I'm like, man, the way East Side's power play has looked the last 2 days that we've seen, like, how are they possibly keeping this out of the net? Then they get 2 breakaways going the other way. Unbelievable.
What was impressive about that was that it was Mac Blue on the first one. It was Cooper DeZiel on the second one. And what was impressive was that they weren't clean breakaways. They were hit repeatedly from behind. There was good physicality against them. They didn't lose their footing. They didn't come out of position. They didn't lose contact with the puck. They absorbed all of that and just kept right on going.
Yeah, Mac was getting assaulted pretty good there. I think after the period, Central coaches called the officials over, want an explanation like, hey, you just gave us 2. That probably was a penalty on Mac, but he fought through it and got a shot off, and then Cooper was a little more clean on his, but huge saves for Schinley there.
Absolutely,
I mean,
yeah. One was over the bar, didn't have to make a save.
Oh, yeah,
on it, right?
yes, that's true.
Yeah, Blues ended up just going over the bar, but Cooper DeZiel, he had a great shot short-sided, and Schinley made a great block or just a kick save to keep that out. But you don't see 5-on-3s turn into breakaway teams or breakaway chances for the shorthanded team very often. It happened twice in a minute and 15 seconds.
No, and let's give give both players credit. Mac Blue went to a loose puck on the wall. We always say, on the PK, Ryan, you want to stay home, but if that puck is loose, green light, you can go. Now 5-on-3 is a little different, but he chipped that puck past the defender, battled through the whole way. That was unreal. And then Cooper it was a seam pass. And he almost dove and put his stick out, knocked it out of the air, chipped it past the defenseman, and went in. 2 unreal plays.
Unbelievable, yet neither resulted in a goal. And the only highlight that we have from our second period on our highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed, proceed.net. Just 8 seconds into the second period of play. Hunter Varnson coming in with a puck right circle, and the net was coming off its pegs. You can see the goalie on the left-hand side of your screen emphatically pointing that was a goal. There was a little indecision at that point, but that's the goal that really turns this into a 2-2 tie at this point. Whether it was a goal or not, well, the official said it absolutely was, that goal was through before the net came off of its pegs, and Hunter Varnson comes up with a goal assisted by Cooper Hills at 8 seconds of the second period. That's the only scoring in period number 2, but the penalty sheet got a little full at the end. Kaysen Panzer and Finn Lockwood take corresponding cross-checking penalties in a melee that was 6-on-5 for East Grand Forks. The first penalty was recorded, and I believe it was Panzer that got the first one, and so then East Grand Forks was able to possess the puck, get the extra attacker on the ice, and they went through a legitimate cycle, 6-on-5, came up with some chances, and that's when the second penalty came in to try to get Central to touch the puck up and enforce the penalties. Well, that resulted in another penalty. So both Kaysen Panzer and Finn Lockwood go to the box. Cross-checking calls at 15:44. And the only thing that's come out of the 5-on-3, a breakaway chance for Blue, another one for DeZiel. Nothing for East Grand Forks. They've got 44 seconds left of the 2-man advantage. Start the third period.
Yeah, so if you're Central, you come out 44 seconds. I mean, you win a draw and clear one. I mean, that's a decent chunk right there. So now you're down to just 30 seconds of that thing. So they're in a pretty good spot where, like I said, it looked like they were in some trouble there. 2 minutes of full 5-on-3. That's tough.
Yeah, and instead they've turned it into their advantage at this point. Shots on goal, 17-16 in favor of the Green Wave. We're tied at 2 on the All-True scoreboard. Our intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel, again, who lit the lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. Hunter Varnson on a goal from Cooper Hills at 8 seconds. And that is the only thing. Cooper Hills is on the sheet now a couple of times today. He's got a couple of assists, assisted on Van Epps' goal back in the first period. Hunter Varnson is his second goal of the year. And that's Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. We have third period action coming up in just a couple of moments, so do stay with us as we continue with our coverage of high school hockey today. It's the Green Wave 2, the Knights 2 on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Sports. We're back with more in a couple of moments.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports 2-2 tie between Grand Forks Central and East Grand Forks. Our intermission report, second intermission, brought to you today by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. And we gave you some breaking sports news earlier. Bubba Schweigert, the head coach of UND Fighting Hawks football, going to step into a senior administrative role in the athletic department and step away from the head coaching duties for UND football. That was breaking news earlier today. Now we've got some hockey news. The Aviators, the Bantam team in Grand Forks that is extremely talented, that won a tournament in Winnipeg last weekend by a considerable margin. Well, today they put another feather in their cap. Ryan, tell us about it.
Yeah, they went up to Moorhead, or played Moorhead today, and knocked off the #1 team. That's the #1 team in the country, that Moorhead Bantam team. I think the prereq is your dad had to play in the NHL for you to be on Moorhead's Bantam AA team. And I don't know the score. I'm waiting for some feedback, but I'm going to go ahead and assume we just beat the wheels off them. So a win is a win, regardless. So great job by those guys today.
5-on-3 continues for East Grand Forks for 44 seconds to start the third period of play. And the Green Wave are back with the puck in their own end after the draw was won by Central. Here they come. They've got 30 seconds of good time to work with in the 5-on-3. Two-man advantage. Cooper Hills, top of the right circle. Lovejoy on the right side for East Grand Forks. Back to Hills, top of the slot. Lovejoy trying to steer, looking for Barneson, left corner. Puck was broken up. Barneson will take it left circle. Lovejoy one-timer. Schindele getting back to his left and making, correction, not Schindele. It was Weston Nielsen coming back, making a big save, deflecting one away. He's been pretty good today. These two goalies have been good today.
They have both made huge saves. That was a big one right there because that was a clean one-timer. He got over and made a big save.
13 seconds left of two-man advantage. 5-on-3 power play hockey for East Grand Forks. Green Wave looking to make something happen. A two-man kill for a total of 2 minutes would be impressive. Lovejoy, top of the slot, working right side, looking back towards the left instead, and a shot from Beast. And another stop by Weston Nielsen with 1 second left, and it would appear the Knights are going to kill this thing.
Well, we got this draw. This face-off is huge, and then we got to get Central back on the ice here. So you got to think East Side's got about 5-6 seconds here.
Something like that to work with.
So a big face-off for Cooper DeZiel. If he can win this, we're probably in good shape. If not, East Side's got to look.
They'd call that de facto time, right? That would be fact of the matter instead of de jure actual time. 5 seconds. I like the way you broke that down. And a puck out in front of the net as Chupka was hunting for a loose puck off that draw. It'll come back into the neutral zone, and it's held up there by Noah Freeze, or correction, by Max Beese for East Grand Forks. And Beese comes over looking for a puck against Ryder Burris. So the Knights do it. They kill off 2 full minutes of 5-on-3 down 2 men power play time. East Grand Forks on that 2-man power play advantage couldn't come up with a score, and Central had 2 breakaway chances during that 5-on-3. And it's back to full strength for both teams. Puck back on the line for Wyatt Blake for Grand Forks Central. Knights appear to be a little bit more cautionary here, sort of measuring things to start this third period. Tossed into the corner. Ryan Clausen comes up with control for East Grand Forks. Clausen comes up to the near side wall. This will go loose along the boards. Picked up there by Shea Kwame for Central, and then busted back up the ice for Grand Forks Central by Boone Kanta. It's off the end wall. Clausen gets back to it for the Green Wave. He looks at Beast on the left side. And we'll see Nielsen going down to cover it up. Took a couple of jabs off the chin from Nolan Mellowbrook's stick. You saw his head bounce back twice as Mellowbrook said, I don't care if it's your body, I'm digging for that thing. Meanwhile, Finn Lockwood's poster is still hanging from a thread. It was knocked down on a one-timer earlier in the game. Poor Finn.
That might be there all year.
They've got to get somebody over there on a ladder to fix that thing. Gavin Walkenfuss stepping up into the offensive end, and he'll be confronted by Mellowbrook, who hasn't seen really a gray shirt he doesn't want to hit since about the start of the second period, huh? He's been the enforcer out there for East Grand Forks at this point.
Someone's got to do it.
Nielsen trying to hold a puck. Jordan Nowacki putting a body into Nielsen. Cole Schmiederberg will go back to get a puck for East Grand Forks. Schmiederberg looking off near side. Comes back towards the point. Couldn't be held by Boone Kanta. This will flow back into the central end. Nielsen back to pick it up, trying to ring off the wall. That took a funny hop. Comes all the way out to the center of the center circle on a ricochet out of the corner. And now Schmiederberg will have to go back and pick it up for East Grand Forks. Left it off for Clausen, left side. Touch pass into the neutral zone. Central over to get it with Wyatt Blake. He'll toss it back up into the offensive end. Schmiederberg will pick it up for East Grand Forks. Central trying to change. Trey Clausen putting on some pressure. This will be forced back behind the East Grand Forks net. A stop behind the net for Schmiederberg, turning back towards his left. Leaves it off left side. Van Epps trying to break out with Hills. A pass to Hills. Hills is able to pick it up in the neutral zone, but ended up losing that puck behind him, and Rivard comes away with it for Grand Forks Central. Clausen up ice. Wrister wide. Rivard picks it up off the end wall. Shoveled one towards an open net. Schindele got over to confront it. Shot may have hit the side of the net, but Schindele has a quick reaction to get to it after Central got what they were looking for.
Another weird bounce off the end wall. It's just Trey Clausen shot a puck that hit the glass and should not have bounced where it did, but it went right to Rivard, who had a decent look at an open net.
And yet it almost looked like Rivard was looking for it in exactly that spot.
Hey, home rink, you know where that puck's coming.
Exactly. The glass bounces a little differently here at Central. I heard yesterday that the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena had its first broken pane of the year.
Where?
Out of Mesa Arena.
Oh.
So that's happened once already as well. Certainly not here. Let's make sure that doesn't happen here. Puck loose into the neutral zone off the draw on East Grand Forks' end. Chupka fighting for control. Beast got to it. Played it down towards the right corner. Panzer was there but couldn't get a touch on it. Lovejoy high trying to set up Beast for the one-timer. Chupka picked up the loose puck, sent it back towards the crease. Central was waiting, broke it up with a couple of bodies out on top of the blue. Puck will come back towards the near side wall. Picked up by Clausen. Clausen gets held up for Central, takes a body from behind as well. Chupka and Schmiederberg stepping back into that play. Loose back behind the net. Judd Pesch coming over for East Grand Forks, trying to rotate things back up into the neutral zone. Be taken up there by Donovan Bollock for Central. Pops on top of a dasher and then is thrust back into the central zone. Nielsen waiting for it behind his net. Central looking to break out against a East Grand Forks change. Brady Kirkaby off the fourth line coming up into the offensive end. Leaves it in the corner for Brady Fee. Kirkaby puts his body to try to shield off a couple of Green Wave and hold the puck on the right side half wall. Lost control of it to Jordan Nowacki for East Grand Forks. He'll flip it up into the neutral zone. Near side, Noah Freeze for East side. Played it off the near side wall. Nielsen gets tangled up with one of his own defenders, Hunter Hildy, trying to play the puck back towards the boards. It comes out left side, and Beast with a wrister wide of the net. Loose puck back to the near side. Corbett trying to hold the offensive end. So float loose into the neutral zone. Brady Fee looks about 7'4", sends that one up into the offensive end. You notice that? Brady Fee's like a head taller than everybody else out there.
And not next to Cole Beast. Him and they were about eye to eye there, but
that's a big body kid.
Was he that big last year?
I don't think so.
I don't recall. By the way, follow-up 3-1 final in Moorhead.
So
Moorhead Aviators.
The
game.
Grand Forks Aviator BAA Bantams win today 3-1 over Moorhead. The top-ranked Bantam team in the country is beaten by the Aviators.
Hold those guys to 1 goal.
Which means that they should be the top-ranked Bantam team in the country now, right?
I would assume so.
Nielsen playing for Grand Forks Central. Puck back in the central zone off the draw. DeZiel trying to break out for Ryder Burris. Broken up. Hunter Barnson takes it back for East Grand Forks. Barnson looking back into the neutral zone. Widening out towards the left side wall. Broken up. DeZiel back on the central blue line. Played it through the neutral zone. Corbett picked it up, and then Cooper Hill spun it back into the central end. We'll see a retrieve back by Boone Canta. Kind of fanned on a pass to break it out to Burris. Burris will send it back to Canta in his own end, and now Hunter Barnson right on top of Canta. Loose puck to Cooper Hills, played back towards the near side corner. A stop and a float back towards the far wing on a breakaway chance for Central. They couldn't get the puck cleared. Broken up by East Grand Forks. We'll see an icing call. Should mention, state tournament, new format this year. This building will be used, from what we understand, Wednesday through Saturday format. The girls get the Ralph on Wednesday. The boys get the Ralph on Thursday. Friday consolation over here. All the winners' games over there. Saturday, 5th, 3rd, I believe. And then title games go on over at the Ralph in a doubleheader.
I did not know that.
We'll be using both arenas, so we've been told. Here's a shot that comes in on Nielsen. A backhander, net wide open in front of Panzer, and Panzer shoveled it wide. There was some contact there as well. Central with a chance. Schmiederberg with a wrister. Another open net, and the puck is shoveled off the top of the crease. It comes back out on top.
A penalty.
Sneaking pass coming from Ryan Clausen. Clausen back. High slot wrister. Knocked down by Nielsen. Sits on it for the save, and we've got a penalty coming up against Central.
Yeah, Finn Locke was going to get cross-checking in front of the net, but Weston Nielsen just made about 4 or 5 saves, Ryan. That puck was loose in the crease 2 or 3 times.
And there were a couple of defenders that made a couple of big plays as well. It's going to be a roughing call.
Pretty sure Case and Panzer saved at least one of those goals.
We'll see who's going to get the date in the bin. You thought it was Lockwood that's going in.
Yeah, it's Lockwood.
Yeah, Finn Lockwood going to take a roughing call. Time of the penalty, 6:09 of the third. So Lockwood in the box for roughing. And another power play chance for East Grand Forks. Remember, they had 2 full minutes of 5-on-3 and came up empty. These chances are like gold. In the meantime, a breakout. Here comes Matt Blue, and he's going to be offside. Mac Blue coming up the ice on a pass that was off the wall. They'll say Blue overskated the pass and had to reach back to get it, and his skates are up in the offensive end too early.
What a great play. And again, like that Central, as soon as their defenders got it, you could see Mac Blue. He went. He goes, they're going to, and then you just throw it down the ice, and hopefully it bounces like that. Just a foot off sides or a couple inches maybe, but.
DeZiel will take the draw for Grand Forks Central against Jace Panzer for East Grand Forks back in the central end. 2-2 tie, 1:50 remaining of power play time for East Grand Forks. They have control in the central zone. Lovejoy, a wrister deflected. Loose puck, Mac Blue chips it off the glass, and Corbett can't hold the offensive end. East Grand Forks go back to get onside. 10:25 to play, third period. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Altru. It's 2-2 in favor of East Grand Forks and Central being tied at this point. Could we have our first, shall I say it? I won't say it as of yet.
Too early.
Too early this season. Loose puck to Nolan Mellebrook. He steps up to the offensive end, and now East Grand Forks is offside. Lovejoy couldn't get back out in time. Will draw on the central line.
Ryan, no matter how this one finishes, the job that Mac Blue and Cooper DeZiel have done shorthanded today is next level.
Right, it really is.
I mean,
they've looked for opportunities shorthanded.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
hunters.
the 5-on-3 aside, which was incredible. The 5-on-4 stuff, which you've seen a lot more of, obviously, like they've just been great.
They really have, and that's going to be something that frustrates East Grand Forks, the amount of power play time that they've had to not come up with more than a couple of goals today. And nothing so far in the power play. Nobody scored on special teams so far today. Barnson dumping one into the corner. Little backhanded pass coming back off the near side by Clausen. Comes back high. Van Epps picks it up. Barnson getting low to block a shot. Nielsen, and Nielsen backhands it out for Central. Got it back as far as the point, but good play to hold the offensive end off the far side for East Grand Forks. Another play by Van Epps. This time it's fought wide of him. And now Trey Clausen looks at Donovan Bollock. And Bollock's going to make a sweeping move to get in behind the East Grand Forks net with 39 seconds left of the power play for the Green Wave. 9:25 to play third period. Tied at 2 in a Gambucci Cup game. East Grand Forks stepping up into the offensive zone. They'll dish to Varnson. Off high, Pesh looking down low, trying to find Cooper Hills, who was waiting. There was a defender there, and we'll see a whistle as a puck came up and over the glass and into the central bench.
Matt Moreland almost wore a puck there. They're laughing now because they didn't get hit with it, but
that's the thing.
It would have been a different reaction.
Yeah. You always laugh as long as you don't get hit. If you get hit, then it's not a laugh anymore, right? We'll draw to the left of Weston Nielsen, who's in net for Central today. Puck down, puck comes high to the circle off the draw. Picked up by Panzer. Rister from the high slot, punched in the air. Goes loose into the far corner. A look over to get to it, and this played back up the ice by Boone Kent on a clearing play. 10 seconds left of the power play time for East Grand Forks, and the Knights seem to be on the precipice of another penalty kill. Breakout pass, a little stretch pass to Panzer. His shot chipped over the net by Weston Nielsen, and the Knights are back to full strength. Now East Grand Forks has taken a 9 shots on goal advantage in this time frame at 27-18, and doesn't that just seem to be the theme of their season all year? Huge shots advantage, not huge score advantage. Yesterday they broke a pair, or broke a bunch, I should say, but they've outshot their opponents regularly and just can't seem to get pucks on the net.
Yeah, there's some power play there too, but let's give credit to Central's kill again. I mean, the shots on goal, the shot attempts, Central's blocked a ton of shots.
They have.
Especially on the PK. Like, they've been laying out, they've been diving, they've been getting in front of everything, so great job for Central's penalty.
We've seen a defensive effort from them. If it hasn't always been on par with, down and distance, if you will, the location stuff, right? But as far as the effort of taking pucks off the body and putting bodies on people when they're in your zone, it's been just like it's a state tournament or regional tournament type of game today. They've really treated this game with a lot of respect that way. We're halfway through the third period, 8:30 to go. Tied at 2 apiece on the All-True scoreboard, and here comes a penalty against East Grand Forks. Central trying to get their extra attacker on the ice, but they're offside again. Rylan Spicer was in ahead of Shea Kwame. Spicer turns around and says, "What did I do?" And the official said, "You were offside." And he'll say, okay. And then we'll draw coming up on the East Grand Forks. No, we're going to go on. Yeah, the penalty will override the offside call, so we'll go into the Green Wave zone for the draw.
I don't know if that looked like offsides to me, Ryan. Just throwing that out there.
Time of the penalty at 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Both of those offside calls have been very close. It's Ryan Clausen that goes into the box. So Clausen goes in, didn't see the penalty. We'll wait for the call anyway. But nonetheless, Central's on the power play. Finn Lockwood taking a look. Shot gets blocked. It's a tripping call against Clausen. So Clausen for tripping at 8:37. Central goes on the power play, brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online. RBBelectric.com. We're under 8 minutes to play in the third. Central hasn't had a lot of opportunities on the power play today. They come back up the ice with a look from a rush up the right side by Mac Blue. Big pile up in front of the net. Shot from DeZiel. Ends up going wide. It's sent to the corner. Walkenfuss trying to control. Huge hit laid into the back of Ryder Burris that sent him into the glass. Loose puck back to DeZiel on the right side wall, being chased by Hills. DeZiel a stop, looks down to the corner. They've got it out in front. Walkenfuss was waiting for it, couldn't find the puck cleanly, and Finn Lockwood will go back and retrieve the puck in the neutral zone. Central trying to get back onside. They'll throw one in on net. Schindley knocking it down. Burris put Cole Beast into the wall. Puck comes back to the point for DeZiel. DeZiel looking, floats a wrister up and over the bar. Swings wide out of the corner to Ryer Burris on the left wing. Burris drops it back down, looking for Van Epps of East Grand Forks, who picked it up. Back out high, great pass to the high slot. Puck comes near side. Walkenfuss, little crosser to the doorstep. Whacking, continuing. Schindele trying to cover it up. Whistles. And we'll have a draw coming up in the East Grand Forks zone as Schindele took chance after chance in the rib cage, covering up the puck. And it looked like it was Rivard that was down there trying to whack the puck in.
Yeah, it was a cross-ice pass, and Ryder got the first one on net, and Schindele just went down and stuck his pad right to that post and just held it there as Rivard just kept whacking at a puck that we can't see, we assume was loose. There was probably, what, 4?
I think there was four good shots at it, yeah. He just kept loading up, kind of almost, he might not have even been able to see the puck as well, but, you know, looking where it was, right? And tell you what, gritty area goals, I mean, they count in situations like this. 37 seconds left of power play time for Grand Forks Central. Tied at 2, loose puck to Shea Kwame off the draw. Kwame will come back to the near side wall, being hit every second of the way by Max Beast. Puck goes loose right along the East Grand Forks line. Beast throwing his body, and another puck floats up into the crowd. And now we've got fisticuffs going. Oh, Kwame threw a punch. Kwame threw a punch right underneath the chin strap on Max Beast. Those two have had some history today. Kwame got Beast right underneath the chin strap with a jab. And Kwame's going to trade back some power play time, and he might go in for a while.
That might be the end of his day, Ryan.
That was a straight-up punch that was thrown by Shea Kwame. The Knights will see Mac Blue coming over to talk about it. They're going to call a 5-minute major penalty here, which means that East Grand Forks going to take this all the way down to just under 2 minutes with it 4-on-4 for the first 23 seconds, and then from there, major power play opportunity here for East Grand Forks. The draw is going to be in the central zone. Now, they haven't taken Kwame and escorted him across ice yet. And right now, they've only got 2 minutes on the board, but they took it off. It is a major.
5-minute major and a game misconduct.
They're going to give him a game misconduct. So Kwame's going to take the penalty. 10 minutes and 15 seconds. So Kwame, game misconduct. That means his day, as you mentioned, comes to an end. I'm still kind of fuzzy on the difference between game misconduct, game disqualification at the high school level. I believe they have both, but they may not. It may just be encompassed by a misconduct. But nonetheless, 4-on-4 for 23 seconds, and then 4.5 minutes of power play time coming up for East Grand Forks, barring any additional penalties against the Green Wave. And it's an all-you-can-eat situation. The buffet's open, and that major penalty starts to click off. Lovejoy in the left circle, Max Beast on the left point for East Grand Forks. The draw was in the central zone. Puck goes loose into the far corner. Beast stepping back over to take control, put it across ice from left to right, and it got to the top of the crease before it was retrieved and sent back to the wall by Central. Nick Corbett will go back to get one. Mac Blue comes in to put some pressure on Corbett. So we'll see East Grand Forks now at full strength, which means they're on the man advantage. Power play for East Grand Forks. The 4-on-4 comes to an end. 6 minutes to play, third period, even at 2. Puck loose in the left corner, Lovejoy. Left circle, shot in on Nielsen. He'll cover it up. That came from Jace Panzer, who's been all around it. And Finn Lockwood gives Jace Panzer a little bump at the end of the play, and they're talking to one another. You know, we see the Red River Central thing be what it is. We see the Red River East Side thing be what it is. We're not really used to the Central East Side thing be what it is, but today it is what it is, isn't it?
This game doesn't usually kind of go this route, but I'm here for it.
Me too, Rhino. Me too, right? We're both here. Central will clear off the draw. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left to go on the power play time for East Grand Forks. Green Wave and Knights tied at 2, but East Grand Forks going to nearly finish the game with a man advantage. Again, it's an all-you-can-eat situation on that major penalty. They can score multiple times. A major penalty being sat by Shea Kwame. Beast on the high slot looking at Varnson. Van Epps comes up with a loose puck. Beast tries to steer to Varnson in the left corner. Varnson to stop, plays it back out. Van Epps from range. Nielsen pushes that aside. Puck goes loose again in the corner. Varnson again. Back to Beast, off to the near side, Cooper Hills. On top, Beast mishandling it, and it floats back into the neutral zone. East Grand Forks has to get back on side. Van Epps got held up. Here comes Trey Clausen trying to get up ice for a shorty. Got held up, put a backhanded shot in on Schindele. Schindele had to make a pad save at that point. Now, wasn't a weak shot, was a strong shot rather from Clausen. But nonetheless, here comes East Grand Forks again. Hills driving in, trying to leave one for Pesh, who was in front of the net looking from center ice position. Puck comes back to Lovejoy. That nearly got out of the zone. Central crowd thought it did.
It was good.
East Grand Forks doesn't have to get back on side. They're still on side. Lovejoy to the near side looking for Corbett out of the circle. Corbett had plenty of ice around him. Couldn't retrieve the pass cleanly. Under 3 left of power play time for East Grand Forks. Puck loose behind the net. Central couldn't clear it. Had all the time in the world. Couldn't get it done. And now a loose puck to Donovan Bollock for Central. Again, down numbers as he comes up in the offensive end. And we got a penalty coming up for interference. No, a slashing call.
Oh, we got interference.
I thought they called slashing against East Grand Forks.
Oh, you did call slash.
Yeah, it's going to be a slashing call against the Green Wave, so we'll skate 4-on-4 for 2 full minutes. They're going to get Lovejoy on the slashing call.
Yeah, that's always the thing, Ryan. When you give one team a 5,
do you even it up, right?
We always see, the bar gets a little bit lower for the next penalty. That was probably a good call.
Nonetheless,
but probably been worse ones that have been let go today.
There wasn't a real protest from the East Grand Forks bench, however. So 4-on-4 for 2 full minutes, and then back to the power play for East Grand Forks for about 30 seconds on the back end of it. But we'll skate 4-on-4, and the penalty that will go against Tucker Lovejoy for slashing at 12:37. Nolan Mellebrook for East Grand Forks had a shot get blocked. Comes back to the near side wall, loose, picked up by Gavin Walkenfuss for Central. Walkenfuss spins it back to the neutral zone. Burris widening out towards the right side, making a lunge to get around Cole Beast. Played it back across ice. Boone Canta steps into the play. Canta stopped, trying to play it back out for Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss a stop. Off the edge of the left circle. Plays
nice
into traffic, and Schindele reaching back to make a save on a chip shot by Burris, who comes up with a glove save, and we'll see a draw with 3:37 left in regulation. Still tied at 2 in the all-true scoreboard, this time in the Green Wave zone.
Great pass by Gavin Walkenfuss from the corner. He just throws it across crease, knows that Ryder Burris is there. He gets a stick on it, but Schindele again with another huge save. Right, he's not going to have a ton of saves when it's all said and done, but man, does he have some big ones today.
He's come up in some big moments, no question about that. Puck on the near side of the ice. A stop by Van Epps as he came up into the corner for East Grand Forks. The Green Wave trying to get into the offensive zone. 55 seconds left of 4-on-4 skating. Behind the net, Hills. Looking back at Van Epps. Hills will take the puck into the corner, being hit the entire way by Boone Canta. This spins out to the point. Corbett was able to pick it up. Pesh, Rister, pass to the near side for Hills. Hills had a tap in. If he could get control of it, ended up losing the puck just wide of the net. He reaches back, does Hills, ended up leaving it behind the central net. Canta comes out with control. There's a loose stick on the ice, maybe a broken stick. In the meantime, Central comes away with Wyatt Blake taking possession. He'll turn it off to the far wall and go off on a change. Judd Pesh for East Grand Forks comes up into the offensive end. 20 seconds left of 4-on-4, then 38 seconds of the power play coming back for East Grand Forks. Out high, Corbett shaking. Looking back to the right circle, Panzer got another one through, but Weston Nielsen was able to turn it back to the corner. Pesh again, left circle, out in top, Panzer with a one-timer, and that got deflected aside. Green Wave back to full strength for 35 seconds more of a power play. Blue trying to knock a puck into the neutral zone. Wyatt Blake comes back with it in the corner, spins it off the wall, and we're down to 25 seconds left of the power play for the Green Wave. We'll enter the final 2 minutes of regulation. Tied at 2 here at Purple Arena. Puck off the left side. Will be brought up by Cole Beast. Beast into the offensive end with Barnson waiting to stay on side. Beast takes the wrister himself. He's stopped by Weston Nielsen. Then Beast lost control of himself. Ends up plowing Nielsen into the back wall. Correction, not Nielsen, but Hunter Hildy, who was back defensively. They'll talk this one through. No need to settle it with our fists, men. And with 1:56 left to the third, we'll draw in the Grand Forks Central Zone.
Again, one of these big face-offs, Ryan, at the end of a PK. So you get 11 on the clock, plus 3 or 4. Central can clear it. There they go.
There's a pickup off the draw, and Kaysen Panzer will chip it off the high glass in his own end. A transition play by Schindele just trying to put his team back in the offensive end. They gained the offensive zone right at the end of the power play. East Grand Forks up front, power play over. Central back to full strength. They kill the 5-minute major with help of a penalty against East Grand Forks. And we'll see a drawback in the Central zone as the puck went out of play. 32-22, shots on goal advantage for East Grand Forks. Tied at 2 with 1:37 left of regulation. Will draw to the left of Weston Nielsen. They put it down, puck comes to the near side. Lovejoy reaching at it, was able to get control of it only momentarily. Lost it back to Central's Nielsen, Logan Nielsen, pushing that back to the neutral zone. Comes back near side, Chupka for East Grand Forks to stop, turned it over. Fourth liners on the ice, Brady Kirkaby coming up into the corner. It's a nice shift for the fourth liners getting out there with 1:15 left in regulation in a tie game. Puck near side wall, maybe just Kirkaby jumping up on that second line. It looks like Spicer and Walkenfuss are there. Shea Kwame's out with the game misconduct. So Kirkaby pushing one back into the corner. A play down towards the wall. Kirkaby tried to play it out in front of that. A turnover. Quick try at it by Ryland Spicer. That gets deflected. We're into the final minute of regulation. Lovejoy out to Jace Panzer. Panzer 3-on-2 up the ice. Lovejoy left circle fires. Weston Nielsen snags it. Starting to see Weston Nielsen play with a little bit of swagger here.
Yeah, he's just, it's just one and done, right? He's just there on every save, and that's just making it look easy right now. He's really settled in. Not that he was shaky to start, but right now he just looks confident as can be.
48.3 left of regulation. Now they will have a shootout today if nobody were to score in a first overtime. It would go into the books as a draw for both teams if we end up overtime still scoreless, or I should say rather with nobody with the advantage, but somebody has to win the extra point in the Gambucci Cup series, so that would be a thing. Now we're getting ahead of ourselves. There's still some time left before that, but just to bring it up, there's a shot from the right wall, knocked away by Schindele. Loose puck put back out in front of the net. A crash at it by Burris. Now Lockwood tries to send it through traffic. Then it's DeZiel that picks up the puck for Central. He rings along the near side boards and got tripped up behind the net. Puck shoveled off towards the left side. One there on the far side by Van Epps, who will play it around defensive traffic with 15 seconds left to go in regulation. Nielsen tries to play it out, left the net open. Barnson picks it up and had a shot block. Plays it back towards the left point. Finn Lockwood will kick it away. Down to 5 seconds left. Knights back up ice. Burris will get one more chance wide of the net. We're going to overtime. Shots on goal will end 33-23. We're going to overtime, and we'll put the puck down in overtime when we come back in a couple of moments. 2-2 will go to the extra frame next on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Sports.
There's never been a better time of year than now to get that new Ford from Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks. It's the model year closeout, and you can drive off in a new F-150 XLT and save up to $14,500 or choose low 2.9% financing for 60 months. Ford Escape, another great buy. Save up to $4,250 and get low 1.9% for 66 months. Hurry in for huge discounts and low financing during our model year closeout at Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
Well, they took time off of the clock that was supposed to be for warm-up time, so we'll start our overtime with a draw in the Grand Forks Central Zone, folks. We're tied at 2 on the All-True scoreboard. Game 2 of the Gambucci Cup Series. East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central tied at 2. It's sudden death overtime. Overtime still worth all 3 points in the Gambucci Cup Series for both of these teams. Puck loose, and Cooper Hills coming up for East Grand Forks, and Hills took a big hit. This has become more and more physical as the game has gone on. Puck near side, Mac Blue trying to race up into the neutral zone with it. It's caught behind him. DeZiel fighting for control with Van Epps. Loose across the ice. A stop by Cole Beast. This is waved back up into the central end. Weston Nielsen looking to play it back. Did, but Tucker Lovejoy's there in the left corner for East Grand Forks to take control. Puck in the central zone to get things started. 8 minutes of overtime is what we'll play, and then if no one scores in the overtime, and it's sudden death obviously, then there will be a shootout to determine who would get the third point. Right now, neither team has scored in the Gambucci Cup Series. Still worth all 3 here in overtime. Puck sent in weakly by East Grand Forks. They've been in the offensive zone almost entirely here during the overtime set. Puck chipped off the boards, and a play by Brady Kirkeby will come back out to center ice. Kirkeby looking, firing. Schindele punched that aside. And a big swing by Pesh to jump that puck into the far corner. Loose puck picked up left side by Ryland Spicer. Kirkeby playing on the second line after Shea Kwame was lost with the game misconduct and a 5-minute major penalty that Central was able to clear in part due to East Grand Forks taking a penalty in that sequence as well. Central in the offensive zone. Puck loose in the corner. A step over by Ryland Spicer trying to control. Comes out to Nielsen, who fires for the point. Schindele took that one off the chin protector, I believe, of his helmet. Yep. That one was loose for a moment. Comes back left point. Panzer trying to send a shot through traffic. Deflected. Steps back to the point. Donovan Bollock trying to hold one down. Bollock deflects a pass. It goes loose into the neutral zone. Breakout. Here comes Tucker Lovejoy. Lovejoy left wing trying to cut back in. A great poke check. Nielsen just took the puck away. And now Nielsen comes waving up the ice for Central. Nielsen picks it up in the neutral zone, steps up, tried a shot that got blocked. It goes loose slot. Nielsen again a chance. Schindele knocks that aside, and Schindele will glove the puck and roll to his backside and hold for a draw with 5:43 left of overtime.
Man, I don't think either goalie's letting the puck in here.
It's been that kind of time, isn't it?
I mean, they've both played just incredible.
And you're surprised by that, too, a little bit because, you know, coming back this season, you weren't sure which of these teams would have goaltending, and yet both goaltenders have been very good today. And Rockstead won the game yesterday for East Grand Forks.
Just on the quality of opportunities both teams have had.
Both goaltenders have stood up well to it today. We'll see a net off its pegs as I believe Ryland, nope, that was Trey Clausen, got ridden into the side of the cage. He gets up pleading his case.
Not an overtime, Trey. I call that OT.
If there's one thing about it, though, that East Grand Forks going to look back on, win, lose, or draw on this one, they're going to say we had too many power play opportunities to not come out of this with a win in regulation. 2 full minutes of 5-on-3.
And I think early, maybe, but late in the game, the second, third, they didn't threaten much on those power plays.
Right.
There were a couple okay looks, but not a ton.
Good kills by Grand Forks Central both times. Van Epps puts it back behind the net. Barnson out to Cole Beast. Beast kicks one around Rivard. This ends up in the corner. Good pass out to the high slot. Quick turn and fire by I believe Van Epps is blocked, and here's a squeak in for a goal. And East Grand Forks will win it in overtime. A quick turn by Van Epps out of the high slot, sends it down to traffic in front of the net, and the puck is redirected underneath the glove hand of Weston Nielsen, and the Green Wave will win it in overtime with a goal at officially 2:51 of the extra frame.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Central. Wyatt Blake went down to block that shot right, and it hit him in the hand. Kicked right back out to East Grand Forks, and it was Van Epps, you said, and just a turn and fire that went through everybody, and I don't think Weston saw it.
They're going to give Van Epps the goal, so it may have been Van Epps that just cleans it unassisted is going to be the call. So Van Epps with his second goal today. There was plenty of traffic there. It'll be an unassisted goal for Van Epps. Let's take a look at it on our replay, brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. And you'll see Van Epps here just from the high slot, just turning at his back to the net. He just turned and fired, and that comes back to him. It wasn't even a hard shot. He was just able to come up with what was necessary. We'll take a look at it one more time so that you can see it. And like we mentioned, you'll see one play from the high slot that didn't get the shot
right
away.
There, Wyatt blocked it.
That one didn't get. He got it back and just kind of feathered one through, and Nielsen may have just lost sight of it while it was down along the ice.
There was a Central defender and an East Grand Forks player battling out front of the net, and I'm guessing if you could see that closer, it probably went right in between their feet, and he just never saw it.
East Grand Forks will improve to 2-3 on the season, and they sweep the weekend with Grand Forks teams. They beat the Rough Riders yesterday. The Knights here today. The Knights will fall to 1-1 on the season and get ready to start league play next week against West Fargo. We'll go to our post-game report, which is up next, brought to you by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College, so stay with us. We'll come back with more and start our post-game report in a couple of moments. Thriller in overtime today, but East Grand Forks takes 6 points in the Gambucci Cup Series, winning yesterday and now today in overtime by a score of 3-2. Our post-game report is on the way next. Stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Sports.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Wow, Ram buyers, listen up. Right now, get 22% off all remaining Ram trucks at Nelson Auto in Grand Forks. Yep, you heard right, 22% off. You pick 1500 or heavy duty and save 22% right off the top. Or get 0% for 72 months on select Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Pacifica, or Dodge Hornet. These are huge discounts and 0% is back. It's a great time to take a test drive. Grab these huge discounts and low financing now at Nelson Auto Center, Grand Forks.
We welcome you to our postgame report today. Our postgame report brought to you today by Lake Region State College and Spring Advantage, East Grand Forks, with a big weekend sweep of Grand Forks, Red River, and Central. Boy, the Green Wave 0-3 coming into the weekend off a tough loss to Detroit Lakes. And over the course of the last couple of days, they've shown us that that loss against DL is not going to be what defines them this season. A 7-2 win yesterday over Red River, and today in overtime they defeat the Knights of Grand Forks Central by a score of 3-2. Post-game report today brought to you by Spring Advantage. Everything you need for spraying and application on your farm. The difference between Spring Advantage and their competitors: Spring Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders. They do it with 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas, and Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Precision agriculture, law enforcement, nursing, just a few of the careers you can bust into at Lake Region State College. Why don't you get your earning done after 2 years with a degree from Lake Region State College, or you can take your credits with you to a North Dakota institution and continue that 4-year journey. Lake Region State College, we change lives. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz with you today. Well, you don't see East Grand Forks sweep the Grand Forks schools very often. Credit to the Green Wave for shaking off that 0-3 start and just saying, no, we're going to come back and play some really, really good hockey. And really, I think we've probably seen the best hockey we've played to date this weekend. They really put it together in games 4 and 5 of the season.
Yeah, they did a great job. And again, like we talked about, like having a reset after yesterday's game and then come back and get back ready to go, right? You got to level yourself and come back for another game. And then, to have that effort. I mean, they played great. Central played great. It was an incredibly entertaining hockey game. But again, like you said, hats off to East Grand Forks for the job they did this weekend.
Let's go ahead and take a look through our highlights. They're brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Get started really early with a big goal for Ryder Rivard, one of the youngsters for Grand Forks Central, just jabbing at a puck and putting it where it needed to be. Rivard made it 1-0 in favor of the Knights early in the game, but we'd see Jace Van Epps, who ends up scoring the overtime winner today. Quick 2-on-1. He plays back and forth up the ice, and Van Epps swipes out one on the 2-on-1 odd man rush to make it 1-1. We would see Central come back, though, and take a 2-1 lead. They win a draw in the offensive zone, and it's Logan Nielsen from the right point that puts one home to make it 2-1 Central. That was after a period. Second period, Hunter Varnson sneaks one in for East Grand Forks with the net coming loose off its pegs, but the official comes in and signals goal, goal, goal. And that ended up going through, and Hunter Varnson scores the game-tying goal. Nothing in the third. We go to overtime. Sometimes the best play in hockey is a shot on goal, right? Van Epps has the first one blocked, just weaved one through traffic that just kept sliding, gets underneath the glove of goaltender for Grand Forks Central, Weston Nielsen. And we'll see the go-ahead goal, the game-winning goal, going the way of Jace Van Epps today. And those are your highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. But a heck of a game today between East Grand Forks. And how about Jace Van Epps with a couple of goals? He hadn't scored one coming into the day. He scores 2 of East Grand Forks' 3 goals today to give the East Siders a chance to win the game.
I mean, that's a good time to get your first 2 goals of the season, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, a game like this, and including the game winner, and he had a really good game. And I thought that line, we did yesterday, we thought maybe the Tucker Lovejoy line probably
was really good.
The star of the show.
Yeah.
But that line with Varnson and Van Epps and Hills.
They have all 3 goals today.
Yeah, that's the line that I think Eastside needs to be, right? That they need that line to get going, to be their guys, and today they were.
Unassisted goal for Van Epps on the last one. Before that, his goal was assisted by Cooper Hills, and Hunter Varnson is assisted by Cooper Hills. So today that line will have 5 points to it. And that's all the scoring for East Grand Forks today. The Jace Van Epps, Hunter Varnson, Cooper Hills line. Van Epps with 2 goals today. Hunter Varnson a goal. 2 assists today for Cooper Hills on Who Let the Lamb, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. But 5 points for that first line today for East Grand Forks. And for Grand Forks Central, Ryder Rivard, assisted by Wyatt Blake. The defenders coming up with a couple of points today for Grand Forks Central. The second goal today was scored by Logan Nielsen with assists from Ryder Burris and also Cooper DeZiel. And so who lit the lamp for Central today? Ryder Rivard with a goal, Logan Nielsen with a goal, Ryder Burris with an assist today, and also an assist for Cooper DeZiel and an assist for Wyatt Blake today. But 5 points for the first line today for East Grand Forks, and that's Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you today by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Post-game awards are on the way in a couple of moments, so stay with us. We'll come back and put the finishing touches on this one as Central wins, East Grand Forks wins in overtime, 3-2 final score. We'll come back and put the wraps on this one next here on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Sports.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports Today post-game report continues. Brought to you by Lake Region State College and Spring Advantage. And again, your final score in overtime: East Grand Forks defeats Grand Forks Central by a score of 3-2. East Grand Forks moves to 2-3 on the season, but 6 points in the Gambucci Cup standings, and Central will drop to 1-1 in the year. Central gets ready to tangle with West Fargo coming up in the next matchup that they'll have, and that will be inside the league coming up on Tuesday. Let's go to our post-game awards that we have for you today, and we'll start with our celebration of the game, and it's brought to you by Balloons by Misty. Hey, guess what? It's not a celebration until the balloons arrive. Balloons by Misty's been doing work at the national level as of late and worked with both UND and NDSU for some great opportunities that they've had for some celebrations. It's not a celebration until the balloons arrive. Balloons by Misty bringing you our celebration of the game today, and I think where I'm going to go with that one is going to be that first goal today for East Grand Forks. You take a look at the little 2-on-1 that gets produced here between Van Epps and Hills, and you see Van Epps getting his first goal and gets into the corner and will be greeted by his teammates. And obviously they've been starving for a little bit of offense as of late, and I kind of like the way they came together at that point. You could tell that East Grand Forks, they had bounced back at that point, Ryan, and they were kind of finding their way. That first period, they were very good today. We talked about that.
Yeah, I thought they were very good. They looked dangerous. I think it took Central all the way to the third period to really catch up to East Grand Forks' offensive, their playmaking. I thought the third period they did a better job, but the first two, it's like, man, East Side looks dangerous every time they get that puck.
That's our celebration of the game, brought to you today by Balloons by Misty. Let's go to our Player of the Game award, and it's brought to you today by PS Garage Doors, where you can call 772-DOOR when the PS stands for Peaceful Season. They're hoping that you'll have a peaceful season when it comes down to Christmas and New Year's. And you're into that season now. PS Garage Doors is ready to help you with any garage door malady you may have. If it's time for a new one or if one's not working right, they'll have a garage door waiting for you in their warehouse, and they can obviously service anything they sell at PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors. And I guess, you know what? If you're going to score 2 goals, including the game-winning goal, probably ought to be the player of the game today, huh? We can go 3 stars. We didn't do that yesterday. We can do 3 stars today, but I think Van Epps on the sheet twice is going to be our number 1 star, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be one, and you got to put Noah Shindley right behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, Weston Nielsen made more saves when all said and done. The quality of saves that Shinley made, he made. I mean, I'm just going through my head. There were 7 or 8 where it's like, man, that could have gone in the net.
Yeah.
And he was there every time.
Couple of different goals that we show you there for Jace Van Epps, including the game winner that he scored in overtime. He'll be our first star today. As you mentioned, their goaltender, Noah Schindele, second star today, most likely, just the way that he held up through some issues. Didn't have to have a whole bunch of effort today. After all, his team had plenty of minutes where they were on the power play, but he had to make some stops, some tough moments today. He'll end up with 20 saves in this one today. And as far as Grand Forks Central's concerned, there were a lot of players that got a little jump going here today. The first goal goes to Ryder Rivard. You could go that route. You could also go to Logan Nielsen, who played a really nice game from a defensive standpoint today.
Logan was great. I thought Mac Blue was unbelievable on the penalty kill. I mean, you could reward him for his penalty kill effort. I don't think he was on the score sheet, but man, did he play good. So you go a lot of different directions.
Yeah, I kind of like the Logan Nielsen route. I mean, I thought he was in a lot of plays today, wasn't he?
Was
especially on the penalty kill.
And hey, listen, they got, with that decor they have at Central, they got, those 3 returners. He's going to be a factor in every game. Like, he's got to be a factor, and he played good today.
Those will be our 3 stars today, brought to you by PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR, and that's how we're going to wrap this one up here today. But as we mentioned, a couple of big sports stories today as well. Bubba Schweigert, the head coach of University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks football, stepping away as the head coach. He'll move into a role inside the athletic department as a senior administrative assistant and also, or I should say an associate athletic director. And then also you mentioned the Bantams from Grand Forks. The Aviators beat the #1 ranked team in the country in Moorhead today, 3-1. Really good hockey day today for the Grand Forks and the greater Grand Forks area.
Yeah, now let's see if the other team can win tonight. They need one in a real bad way.
Obviously, you're referring to UND at home tonight against Bemidji State, and they've got to find their way to win some games as well. Rhino, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, sir. Ryan Kuntz joining us for color commentary and analysis. Joey Springer was our videographer today. And again, your final score in overtime is East Grand Forks over Grand Forks Central 3-2. That'll do it for us today here at Purpur Arena. Thank you for joining us on the video side. We are going to send you off until Tuesday. On the radio side, we'll join MVR already in progress. Coming up next on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.